Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a magnificent Monday night. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful weekend and your week kicked off well. But we got some WWE RAW tonight. As always, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and it's going to be a fun one tonight. Lots to talk about, lots to get into, more rumors, more stories, more news. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we got another live stream for you tonight. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there, and we just do it better. Even if you're trying to copy what we up to, you just can't do it. It's okay. It's okay. We got so much to get into tonight. 3+ hours of WWE Raw coverage. CM Punk is back, Cody Shinsuke, and so much more. But let me remind you who's going to take you on that little journey tonight. I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yes, we've got the second Monday Night Raw of 2024, and I saw even Max asked in the chat, so do we get The Rock again, or is he just a one-off here?
I don't know. The Raw has to be close to somewhere where Rock is doing business, apparently. You got to be within 20 miles of what he's up to.
You got to go to him. He don't go to you.
Yeah, right? He's like, are you in my... Okay, I'll come over. But that's about it. So we will see no Rock announced for tonight, no Rock scheduled that we know of, but definitely full of surprises in WrestleMania / Royal Rumble season. So we will find out. CM Punk will return tonight. And now CM Punk's getting the Roman Reigns treatment where he's not on every show, but they do make a big deal when he's going to be on one. So we're looking forward to that. I'm personally looking forward to Shinsuke and Cody continuing this rivalry. It's been good. I think they're both going to end up, having some issues in the Royal Rumble as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, kicking off Raw this week, it should be a good one. Looking a little stacked, to be honest.
Oh, well, now every show's just looking stacked at this point. Like, this is not day one, but it's still stacked 100%. Like you said, we've got CM Punk, which you've got to stretch it out, especially if he's not going to be in the ring. You've got to show him here and there a bit, if he's going to be just coming out and cutting promos and everything. Because I don't know if he has a match before the Rumble. Maybe one. I'd be surprised. But like you said, I'm really anticipating, really excited for the Shinsuke versus Cody Rhodes match. This is, I would say, the best Shinsuke we've gotten in WWE.
Absolutely. I mean, outside, I thought he had a really good NXT run, but once he got into the main roster, he kind of got his own version of his Vinsectomy, as we joke, where, they kind of took the legs out from under him. He never really found his way. Had some good stuff, did decent with AJ Styles back when.
Very sorry for what I did to AJ Styles.
Right? But yeah, no, to see him actually involved in this, to be serious, I like the graphic novel feel, the Japanese style feel.
The anime.
Thumbnail, the anime style. I like it. I like it. So, I mean, this is good. I mean, we're heading towards something. I imagine that's the main event tonight. We also have a bunch of other things going on, I believe. But
absolutely. Well, we do also have a rematch for the women's tag titles. And I just did want to touch on, you said Shinsuke finally feels serious. And that's really what it is. He actually feels serious for the first time.
He feels like a legitimate heel that whether he wins or loses, he can mess with anybody at any time and do well.
And he's not just there because he's not from the U.S. But we do have Chance and Carter defending their women's tag team titles against the former champions of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Yes, very interesting matchup. A bit of a surprise that Chance and Carter got the titles. I know I saw the reaction online where quite a few people were pretty pumped about it. Like, about time. Like, they've been waiting around for decades. But, yeah, the EDM sisters get in their first title. So I do believe they're trying to make this title mean something.
Maybe, but I was going to say that the team I think that was making it mean something is the one that a lot of people have been really talking about, the team of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, well, more specifically Chelsea Green. Because
That's why
even when they came out to when they were in Vancouver and she did the Dark Show match and everything, came out with the Vancouver gear and
yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were doing a really good job. I was a little surprised that they lost because of that. My only theory behind them kind of losing the titles when they did is the fact that are they both in the Rumble as singles? Could Chelsea get a little bit of a solo push and see what she can do as a solo? She's got a lot of talent. She knows how to, generate interest. So that to me is a bit of the curious part of this story.
Could it be one of those if you just kind of do a litmus test, you kind of, put your finger up in the air like you're, trying to read the green or anything like that.
Mhm.
And okay, we'll take the belts off you, but then you're going to have a rematch. So if things don't go right, we'll just put the belts right back on you the
We'll go
next
back
week.
the other way quick. We won't
Right.
mess
Speaking of going back to things, yes, we'll go back the other way quick.
around, right? We'll make a quick change and on the fly. So yeah,
Right.
possible. I mean, Chance and Carter are good. Their tandem offense is solid. They're the tiny little engines that could, but they give them a gimmick. They come out with their glow sticks and their fucking their gun, and they're ready to go.
Or should it be like Sandstone?
Right, right. Every time I see them, it's like bangarang.
It's just instant Skrillex.
Right. That's how I feel about them. But and again, it will be very interesting. Punk on the show tonight. What will he do? Will he get into it with somebody? Are they saving Punk for something down the road? Seth seems to be done with Drew at this point. I figure what happens to our poor boy Drew at this point. So yeah, very intriguing on every level with that.
Oh yeah, well, Drew, there was the video going around of Drew after I think it was like a dark match or a house show or something like that, to where he said he didn't know what his future in WWE holds. I think there's still more of much like we talked about with MJF. They're just playing that for the angle, get the people talking about it.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
he shouted out Ricochet, but with the CM Punk thing, I think he's going to go back after Seth. But where do we get to a line where this goes? So much without seeing Punk in ring or anything like that, that it might start to lose potential steam here. Not
I
saying
don't
it
think
will tonight, but I'm saying down the road,
yeah.
if we're going all the way till Mania, I worry.
Again, if you keep it interesting and you keep things busy, like having kind of the finality of Drew and Seth, that's definitely put to bed now. I imagine it
Mm.
all depends on what they do with them in the interim. If they're doing nothing, and then like every couple weeks they kind of get smarmy with each other, and then we wait some more, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a push. However, if they keep them busy but keep each other in the periphery until post Rumble, I think they're going to be okay. And with so many bodies right now on Raw, on SmackDown, you have that opportunity to not saturate and hit us over the head with the same shit constantly. So I don't think they're going to burn us out. I hope they don't, and I think we'll be okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, speaking of lots of bodies and things off in the peripheral and everything like that, should we take some time and say hi to the chat and everything?
Absolutely. Let's say hi to the people.
Talk to the peoples as we got Juan saying Punk DMAC promo. Oh, so we get a Drew and Punk promo. That'd be interesting.
Interesting.
Max, what up? I think you were saying earlier you're at the college football national championship and still watching us. So shout out, my guy.
There you go.
CX99, what up? Paul, what up? Chris, what up? I'm trying to get through these names fast. Sophie, JJ.
We got lots of time, my guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. J Boy, what up? Trevor, what up? Buffalo Boys on top. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna take this quick second.
Didn't take long. That didn't take long.
They brought it up again. When you win, you don't have to mention it. They bring it up for you. Yes, we did win. So we're in. We're number 2.
Number 2, getting home field advantage in the playoffs. It looked a little dicey there, but Alan said
it looked very dicey. It was very dicey.
Yeah, definitely. Jakey boy putting them on his back and walking them through it. So good for him. He may be the MVP.
But he didn't even make the Pro Bowl. So let's talk about that.
No.
Yeah,
be here for a
well, no,
while.
I'm just gonna say I don't get how he didn't make the Pro Bowl, but no, I
He's
was just gonna say that
had a
whole
hell of
like
a
first
season.
half or so of that game, literally, I felt my wife was thinking I was a lunatic because I was celebrating and screaming 1 second later.
Right? No, I mean, and that's being a Bills fan in a nutshell of just a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, I don't need a cardiologist. I'm a wrestling fan and a Bills fan.
Right? We got C Money in the house. Hello, my friends. We meet again.
Been a
Yeah.
while. Where should we begin?
And big shout out to the Canadian boys, Nickelback, hanging out at wrestling, getting a picture with H. So that made me laugh recently.
I saw somebody that was saying it online that that Hunter's trying to get like the license for like, and they say that a hero can save us.
Oh my God. Do it.
A
Fucking do
video
it.
package of that with Cody
Yeah.
coming out to
Right?
face Roman.
Do it. Do it. Do it. What's up, Max? How you doing? Bonkers is back with us. Student versus teacher is my scenario. Solo beats Roman. Maybe one day. I know people are eager for Solo to go after Roman, but I can't imagine it happening like now. Like he still seems so young. He's been dominant. Don't get me wrong, but young.
Well, I'll ask you this, and I'll ask the audience as well. I don't know if we've out and outright talked about this possible scenario that I've seen some people pitch out there of come Mania, instead of we still get Cody Roman, but we get The Rock and Jay versus Jimmy and Solo.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, that'd be very intriguing. Like, I don't love it. I really don't. But I mean, we've kind of done the Yahtzee of shake them up and see who
Shake
rolls
up the
out.
Samoans.
Right now, lots of reports about other Samoans. There's still more reports. Other guys finishing up in New Japan. Other guys being semi-free agents. Very intriguing times. Do they inject more Samoan blood into this to make it? Does Rock get involved but need backup? And it's Lance and Jacob, or Lance and fucking Zilla. Like, who knows? But there's so many of them. We could have a Samoan battle royal, Nick.
We actually might get that Samoan Civil War like we were pitched last year, I want to say, or maybe even the year before that, maybe 2022 here.
Yeah, well, even they were going to do that. Yeah, when
The
they were going to
tribal
do
court too, as
tribal
well,
court, and none of them
because
could
you
make
still
it.
got big old Quiche, Big Daddy Quiche out there kicking around.
Yeah,
plus like you mentioned about Tama Tonga wrapping up. Sorry.
Yeah, Tama Tonga is one of them. We've heard lots of rumors about Lance. So, I mean, interesting times in wrestling. So we will talk more about the possible free agents and where they're going and what they're doing. I will take a second, and I don't imagine she'll hear this because it's getting late, and she's not supposed to watch me cursing and swearing online, but it's my little girl's birthday. So big shout out to Haley J and her big birthday today. So thank you.
All together now. Happy birthday to you.
I hope she's
Happy
watching.
birthday to you. I can't do any other version because they're naughty. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, they grow up too fast, man. But yeah, no, big birthday today. So proud papa. So I had to throw that out there to the YouTube verse. So
well, there we go. That makes me happy. That genuinely put a deep-hearted smile on my face there. The Grinch's heart grew 5 sizes that day.
That's
speaking of daddies, you were talking about Big Daddy Cool there, Big Daddy Quiche, and I feel like I kind of cut you off.
I love the transition. Yeah, we never did. I've kind of wanted, like, when the Usos started fighting with each other, and that we saw Kishi making statements online. Then it was rumored he was going to be a special guest referee, and none of it ever came to be. So I want some quiche.
Man wants quiche.
Damien always looking forward to stuff. I like it. A-Town's back with us.
Right.
Boston, how you doing? Very high. Hi.
I am, yes.
How dare you be accurate?
How dare you be so factual?
Dun, dun, dun.
You got so you can let your little girl know. You got C-Money saying happy birthday, Paul saying happy birthday, Jason, Dale saying happy birthday, Damon said happy birthday, Max said happy birthday, J-Boy, we got everybody. We got JJ. We got all the J's saying happy birthday.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not positive if she's still awake. She, busy day, school and all, but I mean, Yeah, big shout out to her. I appreciate all the love, folks. You guys are awesome.
Shout out, shout out, shout out. Steven, what up? Jason, what up? Mega, what up? Absolutely, absolutely.
Paul Carpenter's back with us. Whenever Corey goes heel, do you think he's going to laser everyone in the laser everyone in the crowd? Corey, like
What now?
like Graves?
Isn't Graves kind of already supposed to be the heel, or at least the color guy? Because God knows fucking wallpaper paste has more personality than Kevin Patrick.
Oh
I even
God.
when you go back and rewatch, speaking of which, I don't think we fully digested the whole AOP return on SmackDown with Karrion Kross. But even watching back that clip, you have Kevin Patrick of that's like just
That's
breathlessly
AOP.
reading everything. It sounds so like
Yeah.
bring your kid to work day.
Bring your kid to work day. Absolutely. I mean, no, it's really funny. But yeah, no, I don't know who he has naked pictures of, who he's related to.
Accusations. Don't say that.
Like, I don't know what it
Don't
is.
TKO put on the giant purple hat and the glasses then if you start talking about that.
There is better options on this planet to be the head announcer of any show, or the lead announcer. Head might seem inappropriate and plausible. But yeah, no, I mean, fuck, man.
I dare say there's better people on this stream and not
Right.
even on camera that are more capable of being a better commentator.
Like Chris or Kane.
Right.
TNA at Rumble. Yeah, me and you have speculated, and we got to do our Rumble special very soon. But yeah, Rumble, as far as TNA goes, I think yes. I think there will be at least one.
I don't know if they'll be there. I would say that they'd be more former TNA talent, because I think, spoiler alert, Anthony earmuffs, when it comes to Hard to Kill and everything with Impact TNA, I think Jordan Grace wins, and then Naomi's done and she's in the Rumble. Yeah. And I think Mickie James is already not under contract, I believe. So.
No, she's done. So that will be
former
intriguing.
TNA talent.
Speaking of TNA, well, it comes up and we got a little bit of time here. AJ Francis, formerly known as Top Dollar, is debuting his a music video at Hard to Kill. A little surprising.
A little bit. Well, for everyone that wants to know, in our group chat, Anthony sent that out, and I said out loud, I said, if he's the big announcement, I will shit a brick, because there is no way I would have called that on my bingo card already early in 2024 of AJ Francis showing up in Impact. They got TNA. They keep doing new titles and everything. TNA, get it into your head.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be hard, I think, initially. It's funny. They changed it back because they were like, nobody remembers Impact. They still chant TNA. Now it's going to be TNA, and I can't stop calling it Impact.
Facts. Well, and now they've even doing the new releases of new titles and everything, which I just personally would have just gone back to the old ones you had, because that's your old classic vintage. Like I kind of there were some old TNA titles that actually went pretty hard that I'd take over that goddamn world heavyweight title that Seth Rollins has. I'd say that.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking at the new belts again. I'm curious to see them all. There was some symbols and stuff that I wasn't quite sure why they were included, but we'll see. Again, I'm not really a belt guy as long as the belt's shiny. I mean, I like Seth's belt. We've argued about it plenty. But I mean, maybe they couldn't. I don't know. But you're kind of right. They had some. They could have went. I guess it's their way of making it new and modern without going all the way backwards.
Fair enough. That's very valid of you. You got to still get off that Russo and Dixie Carter stank. So fair enough. I'll give them that.
Fair enough. Sophie, welcome back. I see Solo versus Roman happening. But after Roman, that's not a bad shout. That Roman's on it, like loses the belt, he's down and out. The bloodline's falling apart, and the guy that puts Roman to bed for a little while, at minimum, might be a Solo at that point.
For the head of the table. That's
like I'm sick of your shit. You're not even champion.
You can't run this ship anymore. The game has the future is now, old man.
Yeah, and I think you could angle that really nicely with Heyman kind of strapping his wagon pause. to like the future. Sorry, what? Roman, I did what I needed to do with you, but Solo is the next guy, and I gotta go with this guy.
Well, 100% that fits very much with Heyman's MO of guy constantly moves to a different level and still manages to elevate, not only with every client that he takes on, with every day. It seems like he's just a little bit better, a little bit better. Sorry,
What's up, Jake? How you doing? How you doing?
I want to click on this one because Crossman, you took the time to still write out Impact, knowing it's TNA. You could have saved yourself so many letters, but that just proves how hard it is.
Right. So, I mean, again, we're going to be here live, folks, for not only TNA Hard to Kill, but we will also be live for New Japan Battle in the Valley. 2 shows. There's technically a 3rd show or 4 shows because Battle of the Belts is happening and Collision's happening. So as always, Nick and I and Anthony are going to do our best to give you all the coverage of all the wrestling out there. It's going to be another fun week all the way into Saturday. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As Keisha. Ooh,
sorry.
No, you're good. 100% the super chat should take precedent there. But folks, I will remind everybody we are about 7 minutes away from the show kicking off. The chat's already hot and heavy and everything. There's already 62 people kicking around with us. So we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships, all of that. If you want to make sure you get your comment read, you want to have your voice be heard. You don't want to be the voice of the voiceless. And if you want to just help support the channel as well, we do have the super chats. But now with that all long-winded, Paul, thank you for the $2 super chat. Cody lasers everybody in the crowd when he turns heel. What is he, Dr. Evil?
Cody. Right. Well, you give him the Superman eyes or the Homelander, right? That just zaps everybody.
Well, so I do. Okay. So what do you think about the whole Cody's going to be this guy's best man, sign in the crowd guy?
I'm shocked. I mean, who saw that coming? Like, just randomly, more and more people are going to be bringing signs of like, be my best man, be my golfing buddy.
I mean, if it worked.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I was gonna say, I'll just hold this up so everybody can just get a picture of this.
I'm gonna clip that,
timestamp this and everything. So, Cody, if you're gonna show up and be a best man, I mean, you could be a real best man and show up over here for an interview, my guy.
Right.
At least a shout out.
Come on, but yeah, no, I mean, it is an interesting thing where Cody's got to be careful how many requests he takes from the audience. Next thing we'll be getting reports of like Cody Rhodes has been missing for 4 days.
Right. Cody's he's gonna need the Lex Express because he'd be out there showing up at bar mitzvahs and birthday parties and christenings and ribbon cutting ceremonies.
Right.
I initially thought the guy he was just, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And everyone's like, oh my God, he said it, so he's actually gonna do it. And yeah, no, he's not actually going to do it. But no, I've seen Cody, like, he's going to send me a DM. Like, I don't even know the guy's name. And I'm going to be his best man. I will be at that wedding. Okay, well, Cody.
I mean, part of me was like, are they going to get married in the crowd? Like, let's just do it and I'll stand next to him. Like, no, this guy's going to show up to like butt fuck nowhere and like, hi,
well, again, that's what you could get. Cody's been missing for 3 weeks.
Right? Just come flying in like fucking lower to the ground, back to the Homelander jokes of like, arms on hips, just do.
No, it's just going to be Buffalo Bob out here. Now you just live here, Cody. You're a permanent superstar.
Right. He puts the lotion in the basket.
Right. It says "whoa" in the basket.
Oh, fucking hell. You really think anyone's going to kidnap that guy with Brandy around? She'd find him in a heartbeat. What's up, Chambers? How you doing? Hook up 3 TVs Saturday. Listen. We get as many screens and as many eyeballs as we can afford on all the shows.
Facts. We're literally, even just on Saturday, we're doing split screens. I think the most we've tried to do is like 3 or 4. Or what helps with most of them at times is that they won't be in succinct order. Like, or at the same time, like on Saturday, in TNA's going at 8. So by the time that's in its main event, Battle in the Valley will be kicking off at about 10 o'clock. So.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. And again, we're heading into our busy season. Like Rumble's coming up. That's going to be a long show for us. We got lots of specials going on. We got our Mania marathon coming up. In a couple months, we got our 2nd birthday. So that's going to be fun. We got lots going on.
Right. As Max even says, damn, you guys cover everything. You weren't kidding. No, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. It's a statement, not a gimmick.
Facts. Christian Powers in the house. He's on that Wolverine score a touchdown. He's on that football and hockey vibe right now.
I mean, I won't lie. I can very much just click over and be watching the Michigan. But yeah, touchdown Wolverines.
Right. I like this one. Cody getting that misery treatment, just fucking
Facts.
snapping his ankles and shit. Finish the story. That's so perfect. If somebody can find that, I might have to try it if I get a moment.
Somebody just make that edit right there.
Right. Finish the story.
Right.
Right. Just strapped to
It
the bed.
finishes the story, or else it gets the hose again.
I love it.
Or else it says the woe again.
Right. CX, by the way, welcome back. Welcome back. Put the
Woo in the
woe
basket. No,
It's
that
gonna
means
be
then
a
he
fun
just
night
slides
here
in
on the
Woo
channel.
wings.
Right. We took one day off. I missed y'all. This is great.
Right.
Will the audience sabotage Naomi at the Rumble if Sasha doesn't return with her? No, I don't think so. I think Naomi will be presently, a pleasant surprise. People will be very content to see her. And I don't necessarily think we haven't watched Naomi and Sasha kind of do their thing together the whole time. They went their separate avenues in this process.
I think everyone will be feeling the glow 100%, and because they'll be interested to see, because they know those who are that smarky audience know the connection to the bloodline. And B, I respectfully, I don't think I've seen a ton of WWE fans like clamoring for Sasha to come back. Like, oh my God, we need her back right now. It's when you hear talks about her talking to WWE, they're like, okay, that's pretty cool. We'd love to have her back. But then you hear talks about her going and talking back with AEW again. And I feel it's a little, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
Right. Dun, dun. No, I agree. I think she'll be good. She's a good athlete. And again, she sometimes, maybe not the best promo and in a company that relies so much on the promo and the personality. She's still a talented athlete. She's had a really good run in TNA, and it'd be nice to see her return.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm happy about that than Sasha.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you at that at all. Steven saying Wrestling for Life covers everything but the kitchen sink.
And sometimes we will cover the kitchen sink, or at least what's going on in the kitchen, because we're very food friendly here.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, you paused in the beginning and you saved it on the back end there, but yeah, 100%. We'll talk about anything and everything. We're literally your wrestling buddies you can't get in your real life. We're the fucking Cheers of pro wrestling, where everybody knows your name, because I can read it in the comments.
Nick. Someone we know of wants to cover NXT because it's not black and gold. Someone we know of won't cover NXT because of it's not black and gold. That's their fault. That's their stupidity. No offense to them, but I mean, it's each their own. Some people only want to cover AEW, and you can't say anything mean about it. Some people want to cover, a few things. We cover all the things because we like it all. We're greedy. Be greedy, as I'm getting then.
As I'm getting
Dick Wolf.
hugging on Chicago Fire. But A, in response to that, you can have that even what I'm mad at. And B, like we said even before you and I went live here, we would be doing this without hitting live and everything, just anyways. We just managed to hit live respectfully. Like, this is still the conversation we'd be having anyways.
Right.
Y'all just are joining us along.
Okay, so where are you at with your coverage?
Now. I have now.
You got now?
I have forever.
Let me know when you get together.
I will be together with you here shortly. I feel I have together right now. Come
there we
together
go.
right now.
Over me. So Nick and I are synced up and ready to go, folks. Cody Rhodes is already walking out to start the show. Make sure you get in that chat. Be a friend, tell a friend. If you know anywhere that people like to talk about wrestling, drop our link, get them over here. Like I said before, the chat is blowing up as of late, and we appreciate every bit of it. So I'm looking forward to right into, here we go. Cody Shinsuke.
They're mentioning how it's going to be tonight. And I like how instead of like the moving graphics or anything, they have the anime graphics, because they're going after your weeboo heart here. As we're starting off with
Drew
McIntyre.
No entrance, no music, just in the ring.
Out in the swamp. Excuse me.
Who wins the Rumble? We can talk about that in a little bit, Jason, but good to see ya. If Sunny Kiss doesn't appear at the Rumble, I'll be sad. I wouldn't expect it.
She can appear at the Rumble, like in the crowd, just not in it.
Please say hi to me. Hi, Eric.
Hi.
I cost myself the damn match.
But I like that. It's so weird with this because we've constantly thought that they were going to be going heel Drew McIntyre. Now this is almost like sympathetic-y kind of babyface Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I kind of want him to stop being like, oh, I'm such an idiot. I fuck everything up.
This
I
should
kind
come down to his breaking point. If this
Yeah.
causes him to snap and be the Scottish psychopath.
Mhm. Like he just starts randomly, like show up on random matches, like, are not even ones involving Seth or anyone else. Just fuck up a mid card match and just start claymoring people.
I mean, he's still out here getting boos, but yeah, I don't need melancholy McIntyre out here.
Melancholy
No.
McIntyre.
I need him out here. Like we even talked about when he returned, he should have just came out, Claymore. There you go. He's instantly one of your biggest heels because he's the Scottish psychopath again and just fucking putting boots to faces.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that would work for me 100% of the time. What's up, Bash 8? How you doing? How you doing? Chambers is ready for Raw. No, no, no. Okay, wait a minute.
Is he going at? Well, what if I feel like this came to me in a fever dream or I read it somewhere online of the idea of Drew versus Damian for the briefcase.
Interesting. I also saw rumors of Drew versus Sammy at Mania.
Sammy?
Yeah, well, he gave Sammy the stitches, right?
Ah.
Ground
we got a long way to go to get there.
Or even, I guess, Rumble, Perth. I don't know which one. Groundskeeper Willie.
Do not touch Willie. Good advice.
This damn smarch weather.
I was going to say right now, I got that stupid, lousy smarch weather.
Right. Drew is gone from WWE. I'm not convinced of that. He's very passionate about the WWE. And don't read into the hype. Even when he returned last time, Triple H was very clear of like, I don't know why people make this shit up. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, look at Mars.
CM Punk.
I like this though. Like I said, we don't get melancholy McIntyre. Now we keep him still at least doing something. But now do we get a McIntyre Punk match before the Rumble? Or
we got babyface
angle?
Maybe. I don't know. We got babyface Punk.
Oh, yeah. Made the bad decision and shaved.
This is an interesting dynamic, but I mean, if you want to hype somebody up or you want to use somebody to hype somebody up to get that heel heat, here's that spot. Don't pussyfoot it. Dig into being the heel.
Well, and because remember, there was the initial stuff even from Drew when Punk came back. That was kind of getting thrown out there to where I come back, like, I don't just get to come back after 10 years and everybody loves me and all that. Like I had to work for my shit and all that.
Right. Captain Save-A-Ho.
He's Captain Save-A-Promo.
Right. There you go. Drew McIntyre to MLW confirmed. Done.
No. Court Bauer's up there. Fine, Hunter, we can settle this. You just give me Drew and I'll give you Hammerstone and my entire fucking locker room.
You find it interesting on a quick side note before Punk talks, but Booker T there champion Hammerstone for WWE. That's very interesting.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. We can't get the old senile Hogan, but we can get his better. We can get, Senior Spelbergo.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed that you wear the kilt. Oh, because of Roddy Piper.
Well, you said something before that of like they might actually cheer you. Oh, yeah. Oh, if you could actually talk. So he's Captain Save-A-Promo.
Right. I like that. Drew versus Larry. Book it. Larry versus the Sword.
The bad man. He claymored Larry. The bad man punted Baxter.
Punk versus Drew tonight. I'd be down. Let's go. Let's get it.
Hey, well, right there. As he sits in the corner, he said, if you got anything to say, you can come out and say it to my face. And he just posts up in the corner as we get
Big
CM
Punk
in.
chance. Big Punk
Now,
chance.
how many people already have clipped that line on Twitter of if you've got something to say, you can say it to my face? And well, it didn't get a reaction, or it wasn't that, because it meant to be a fucking throwaway line.
Yeah, some people don't get it.
Some people don't get that he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, but he's also making people a lot of money.
Right.
If I've said some big bad words, if I've offended you.
No, but I like that we're taking bets in the back of how long it'll take for you to burn out and how much money they're wasting on you.
See, this is what I like with this Punk return and with WWE. They're able to use the fuel and the ammunition from AEW, but through their own lane. They're like, well, we'll take that and we'll water it, we'll make it blend, and we'll work it in.
The blending is the important part, Nick. If this was an AEW segment right now, Drew would have said, well, weren't you just in the other, like, and specifically call out AEW? Like, it would be the right, like, oh, you were a WWE guy and you ruined that. Like, we saw it with MJF and Samoa Joe. We saw it with MJF and a bunch of other guys, actually. But again, it's that direct shot opposed to blending it in and the little subtleties.
Well, it's how you actually cut a shoot promo versus how people think you cut a shoot promo. Is when you cut a shoot promo, the people who know and get the reference, and it also doesn't hinder everything else that's being said. When you're just shooting just to shoot, you don't know how to actually cut a shoot promo or anything like that, or how to speak, I guess. You just play inside baseball that only 3 people in the room, like Eric Bischoff talking about Sid with scissors.
No, absolutely. Not a reaction. Not a fucking reaction from anybody. Nobody in that crowd.
As Drew lands his most devastating line of, you saw me as a threat.
And everyone went, no.
And everyone were like, that didn't, they were Lenny and Carl. That didn't happen, Drew, did it?
Right.
His succubus. That's a hard thing to say in a Scottish accent.
I went to mimic it. My tongue went, nope.
Exactly. It's just like, nope.
I'm your leader now, kid. Interesting. I don't like Crybaby Drew.
Melancholy McIntyre is not going to work.
Oh, there you go.
All right. The biggest reaction, not a single thing this fucking guy said got a reaction. All that got a reaction is him mimicking Punk in the corner.
Him blaming CM Punk for the same things he blamed Randy for in the Thunderdome. Come on, D-Mac. It's funny that he keeps calling him kid.
Well, he is older, but also, does this just feel like a worse version of Drew trying to beat Punk, going at Punk being Triple H? Because he's sitting there and saying, well, kid, it's on you, da-da-da-da-da. It's a little bit like that of like, don't blame me because of your fuck-ups.
Yeah, a little bit. I see where you're going there.
That's interesting, because he's saying how I was following Drew's way on the way back in.
Oh, brings up Seth. So kind of like C Money saying here.
Well, he also brings up how Drew's main evented at WrestleMania.
Oh,
when pushed, I'm Satan himself.
He's the devil. He's the devil all along.
I told you he was the devil. That was the original plan until Tony feared for his life.
I like it. I like it.
I am
I'm
not
not
here to
here
make
to make
friends. I'm
friends.
here to make money. I'm here to main event WrestleMania.
All right. I guess Drew's going to declare for the Rumble at this point.
Probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, he brought it up first, dipshit.
Yeah.
That takes all your fucking recoil with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was. I like that though. There was a mild ooh.
I was gonna say, as a fan of battle rap and everything like that, Mans is hitting like one line per every like 16 bars. Like, my guy, you are jabbing with a guy that's just fucking haymakering you.
Oh, got a few claps on that one. Look at this. That's the part of the problem here, though. Drew's huge.
Yeah,
Fucking
but
huge.
still, like JV said, oh, please, Drew, your hands or your arms are just too small to box with God.
Woo! Let's
Whoa.
go. But see, that's where Drew just throws a headbutt.
Facts. That's literally, if you really want to get Drew over as this badass, Punk
Right
doesn't
there.
finish that fucking line. Bang.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
Last
knock
count
your teeth
this.
down. Oh yeah, eat my forehead.
Right. And he announces how Cody can't stop him.
Yeah,
Tension.
he is. He should be billed as a beast. He might need Paul Heyman for fuck's sake at this point.
No, because then he'll end up like Claudio.
Facts.
Or Big Show.
And see, he just gets walked out on and left there smirking. He's a big giant fucking Vijiji. Come on, Drew.
I'm hoping there's layers, but so far there have not been too many layers that aren't shit.
I like the promo. I think again, Drew still struggles to get a reaction, and I would like to see him be more aggressively, be the Scottish psychopath. What do we have to do to get you off your psychologist's fucking couch and into the fucking mindset of a lunatic?
Like I said, this should have been the moment. We shouldn't have even exactly had this Punk segment. He came out, like I've said multiple times now, Captain Save a promo, because this became a Punk segment and Drew was just nothing but wallpaper and wall dressing for this whole thing.
Yeah,
he should have been at a point to where he snapped and gone back to that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like I said, the minute that Punk said, "Listen, it's I'm getting about sick of this, and I might knock your teeth down your throat," Drew should have just smashed him right in the face with his forehead, and then the fans would have came alive. They would have reacted. They would have felt that. They would have got behind it.
Yeah, because you weren't getting anything with Drew talking. The biggest thing out of his whole first start of that promo was when he mimicked Punk with putting his feet up in the corner.
Right. Hangman Drew McIntyre as your tag team champs and Senior Money in the Bank are here. And they're defending these belts tonight, I believe. No,
it's Finn versus Tommaso.
Yeah, that's right. Random booking, let them cook, though. Give them time. Give them time.
Oh, absolutely. But I think it's one of those of this can be a great match, and then you set it up for the
DIY
tag match, etc. Past that.
Right. You guys act like this is a real sport. It isn't? What do you mean? Well, Bash,
I was just saying.
you've been watching us all this time.
Why?
Drew smiling because he's enjoying this shit. Yeah, he should be enjoying it. It's a good spotlight to be in.
And I will say this to Bash's comment of you guys act like this is a real sport, because that's what it's supposed to be fucking presented as.
It's presented as that.
Right.
And sometimes.
For the most part, it's supposed to have that fucking element to it. So to sit there and ignore that is where you get Tony Khan. Wait, did I say that? I said the quiet part out loud, didn't I? Matt's Tuba View. Hey, I like your profile picture, but
love
good
it.
promo
Love
from
it.
both. No, good promo and something from Drew McIntyre.
I thought Drew did okay. Again, he's not getting big reactions though. There was those pause moments that just fell flat for what, like, because again, I think more action, less words from Drew.
Facts. Yeah, he needs to be that actual, like the Scottish psychopath wasn't a guy that's coming out here and cutting fucking 20-minute soliloquies. He was out
No.
here putting claymores to faces and headbutts to noses.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like, I mean, and you said it earlier, like he's giving us more melancholy than fucking Billy Corgan. Like, let's fucking go, buddy. Get
Right.
mad. Stop getting sad.
Don't be sad, be glad. Drew did fine, but neither made a promo that will be remembered. Yeah, but I think Punk sets that line of you think every time the man touches a microphone,
Yeah.
it's going to be this epic pipe bomb. It's not.
That's the thing with the wrestling fans is tempering and understanding that if this guy signed a multi-year deal, he can't come out and just light a blaze every week. Like a good solid promo, passionate, fans were behind it, couple flat spots for each, but a good solid promo. And he's saying all the shit we're thinking.
Absolutely.
That's the best part about Punk. He always is the voice of the voiceless, right?
Right. Well, Mike's out here saying Punk's on a leash. I don't know how we feel about that. As I'm in commercial break number 1.
As much as anyone else, of like, yeah, Punk, don't go fuck things up. We're still watching for it.
Right. Ronan saying, thank our truth for making this match possible.
Yeah, right. Bash responding to you. So there you go.
Fair enough. Yes, then this is a scripted sports show. Did I ever not say that? But do I watch it? Do you not watch a fucking movie and get entertained about the fucking movie? Like get into it and believe in the movie or a fucking TV show?
Yeah. No, well,
yeah.
You're right. The script has to allow for the entertainment and the script's got to make sense. We're critiquing what's being presented. That's how that works.
Facts.
Could be there going away present to him. These days it's all about Drew. No, I don't think he's going away because I just don't think he fits elsewhere.
He just came back.
Right? I just don't see it. And maybe I'm being naive, but Drew McIntyre versus Darby, Drew McIntyre versus Hangman, Drew McIntyre. It's going to be the same flat shit. He's not going to get any. Drew is not going to get any more over with the AEW fans that he is with the fucking WWE fans.
He's going to look like a goddamn giant next to half of that roster, respectfully.
Like Drew and Joe, yeah, fine. But how long can you do that?
Yeah, unless, what if? It'd be really a fucking reach and a half, but what if in TNA? I almost called it Impact.
Mm-hmm. Now that's nice.
He's there with Moose. He's there with Josh Alexander, maybe Hammerstone.
Yeah.
All of that. Macklin.
I like this. The promo on the way to the ring.
Been a while since they've done that. Lily, and then boom, and it cut through Gorilla.
I hate the music. I
hated their presentation since they've been back as DIY, respectfully. It does not work for me.
They got to be who they were within this. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't love that. Give us something heavier. Still Ciampa. It's still, make it edgy. Make it a little crispy.
These are supposed to be two of your best, technical wrestling guys. Your guys you have one that's literally Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
And all of that. And instead their fucking music sounds like the intro song for Main Event.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Tommaso for the win and earns a tag title. That's possible. That's possible.
Is that the stakes for this match, I believe?
I don't know if officially that's the stakes for this match, but it would present itself. I also like the idea of the Miz and R-Truth versus the tag champs because it's his fault that it's happening.
I mean, I'm always down for some awesome truth here.
R-Truth is getting a segment tonight, by the way.
I see no problem.
No, not at
You
all.
should have all the segments. Any commercial breaks should just be replaced with R-Truth.
Yeah,
do picture in picture with R-Truth.
Yeah. He up there fucking flossing and shit.
He can just do the fucking Sammy Guevara shit with signs and everything. Which, by the way, again, if Cody's reading signs and agreeing to them, just obligatory. So there we go.
I hope WWE splits the tag belts at Mania. They will. Again, I do think there's a bigger problem here. So, not a bigger problem, a bigger plan here, where they need to develop the depth. Because if you split them now, then you're just going to get what we had before of like 2 teams on each show that fight each other a bunch. That's not going to be good enough here.
Yeah, I mean, we've been calling for them to split the titles for a long time. Yeah. But right now you need depth at that division. When we were calling for it, you had the Usos, you had Sammy and KO, you still had the Judgment Day. You still had all the teams you have now, except you had other bigger teams too.
No, and we've done it with some, and then you bring back AOP.
You had the New Day.
The New Days. Well, I haven't seen Woods in a hot minute, right?
I think he's on a sabbatical for
Kofi's trying to finish his story, so that's funny. I prayed for the Kool-Aid Man or Joe Hendry to crash that Drew segment. That's funny, Lady B. I like that. Oh yeah.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Man, I would love to see Joe Hendry in WWE.
Joe Hendry and Drew McIntyre is a tag team, and Joe Hendry's like Drew's like motivational. He's his fucking Simon Diamond. It's his Alpha Academy shit of we're gonna get you out of melancholy, McIntyre, make you motivated, McIntyre.
Yeah, no, that works. I just want to see the Joe Hendry songs with better production value, right? Like with the budget that the WWE has, and Joe Hendry in his music videos, him coming out singing songs at people would be that much better. But Ciampa goes down, folks. We will take a prediction on this match, as we do for every single match. Who are you taking, Ciampa or Finn? And remember, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the show. So all 80 of you hang around to the end, and we will find out how you felt about the show tonight. Commercial break, Nick.
Who's your what? Commercial break number 2. Yes. Now I want to see if Bash 8 had anything else to say, because I was like halfway wondering of like, where did that all just start from?
I was surprised just because
just out of nowhere. I like that's the thing. Maybe he was saying something another way, because we kind of were like, "What are you trying to say, my guy?" Ciampa for the win, Finn for the win, Finn for the win. Max is at halftime, I guess, right now at the game. Have we ever had Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre at Mania? There's a reason for that, Damien. There's a reason for that. And the special guest referee is Heath Slater.
Yeah, right.
3MB.
Yeah, and that gets tricky, because if Jinder comes out and starts shitting on the USA, and then McIntyre comes out Scottish and defends the USA, everyone's going to be confused. So
yeah, no, they'll just have to be a team again. Like when they were, it'll be like when it was, what was it? It was Rusev, Alberto, was it Drew and Sheamus?
Yeah,
that were like the United Nations or whatever.
Yeah, the European Union or some bullshit.
Right. Yeah, the EU.
Say his name in your ears. I love it. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Looking forward to seeing Anthony back on stream this week. It's going to be a fun week here at the channel.
Absolutely. It's going to be an impact heavy week. TNA, goddamn it. Sorry. TNA week.
Can't stop it.
No. Can't stop, won't stop.
Too soon for JD to lose unless it's a disqualification. So I am with JD. I don't think it's too soon. Do you feel like it's too soon?
Too soon on what? They've been holding the tag team belts for a hot minute, I feel. They've had, I think, a time or two, even lost them and then gotten them back pretty much the next night. I think might happen with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven tonight.
Mm-hmm. I could see them holding them to Mania, and then you have like a babyface team. So you have a really solid mid-card tag match at Mania. But a lot can change.
But so if you're gonna do that, but that's not saying that Ciampa could still win because this isn't for the titles. This is for a shot.
Oh yeah.
So
Mhm.
Ciampa wins, and then the DIY gets sent back, and so then
Oh
the Creeds go, and Creeds have been sent back. So now you
yeah.
just get a bunch of babyface teams that have all gone at DIY, and they all get sent back, and so now you got a gauntlet or something like that.
Oh
At
yeah. And I
WrestleMania.
mean, all it takes is one our truth appearance to fuck everything up for Judgment Day. So if our truth happens to pop up, all bets are off. Finn could definitely lose tonight, thanks to our truth, who seems to be like the demise of JD.
All right. Oh, now sorry, Bash was clarifying. Well, and that's not in the script. Well, do you know, sir? This
No, but
isn't the NFL. We don't have scripts.
No, but I think to Bash's point, I mean, in all respect, is we know it wasn't in the script. We know it wasn't in the script because it never happened. But our job here is to chit chat with wrestling like you would with your friends at the bar, or your friends in the basement, or your friends in, wherever. That's the conversation we have here, is that it wasn't in the script, and maybe it would have been better for JD or for Drew if it was in the script. That's
Trust
kind of
me,
the job.
I watched the Bills game last night, and there was a lot of different play calls me and Sean McDermott might have made throughout that
Right.
game here.
Speaking
Josh
of
Allen was
scripts,
making quite a few different reads than I made.
right? I shall return, my friend.
Fair enough, as KJ is going to take a pause here. So I've got Finn right now stomping away on Ciampa. I think Ciampa could win, and like I said, I don't still even know if they hold the tag titles till Mania. If they do, I'd like to see you build a bunch of babyface teams that have all, even now as I'm saying, I'm kind of selling myself out of it, but you get a bunch of babyface teams that have all been kind of, thrown away by or been defeated by Judgment Day here. And you either get a multi-corner tag match, which please don't have people tagging in people from other teams, have 4 men in the ring or however many people at the same time, or you get a gauntlet match or something like that. I think they should have split these titles a hot minute ago, but the division also has to warrant having Raw tag titles and SmackDown tag titles, because if we got, SmackDown tag titles right now, is there a deep enough division over on SmackDown that it could have still held its own and not felt like KJ said earlier, if it's how we got for a while, if it was certain teams just constantly facing each other. Big right hand from Ciampa. You could have built tag teams a while ago. Facts. I miss black and gold. Well, NXT black and white's pretty solid, my guy. If my wife won't eat, fair enough, Max. Sometimes you need to put the vitamins down, sir, or at least the beverages, I'll say. As Ciampa lays out Priest after Priest laid out Gargano. No one can stop Josh Allen but Josh Allen. Here comes another inch at the red zone. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Oh, there was, as Ciampa gets the 3 with a little bit of a help there from Gargano after the suplex on the inside for the roll up 3 count. Ciampa pins Finn Balor. Yeah, Josh Allen was just, my fucking blood pressure must have been through the goddamn roof at that point. But I'm still saying, I'm sure we'll be here live covering the Super Bowl. And if the Bills are in the Super Bowl and we win it, goddammit, I will cry on stream. I know that as a fact already. So, what's everybody's record at now after we've had the first match so far of Monday Night Raw? DIY versus JD at Royal Rumble. Okay. Yeah, so Tommaso picks up the win. And now I'm getting a replay of Nia just sparking out Becky. And it's surprising to me how, hey, this was Nia's best match of her career, I think. But everyone that was instantly a detractor on Nia, which, goddamn, that man's screaming his neck off. But that were detractors of Nia have now kind of seen what most of us have seen of No, she's actually trying to be good. Like, this is what they're playing into. This is her character now. As I've got Becky Lynch backstage. 1-0. Lost my chance for the belt. What? Well, the predictions championship ain't on the line until Hard to Kill here, I believe. Won't be on the line until the weekend. Anthony, just bring back World Tag Team Championships, one set of titles. That's what they have. They're just, well, to an extent, they have that. They're just 4 belts instead of 2 belts. So, yeah, I'm kind of wrong. But I get what you're saying. That's that line of, is the division throughout the company strong enough and across both brands that you can have one set of tag teams that bounces from show to show? Or is it, does it warrant having it split up? I mean, when you're playing against our third string defense, if we had our healthy team, no one can stop us. Fins up. My guy, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. Don't even act like you wasn't trying out there or something. I don't want to hear about injuries. I don't want to hear about how it was basically a home game for the Bills. You can have that. Have fun in KC. If y'all win, good on you. Actually, I'm pulling for the Finns to beat Kansas City, because if they beat Kansas City, and then once we beat Pittsburgh, then we get the winner of Houston versus Cleveland, which I'd rather face respectfully than, I'll be honest and say, than face again of Miami or Kansas City, because why not take the easier path? But absolutely. As I've got Kofi Kingston, my second favorite Kingston, and KJ's first favorite Kingston coming out right now. What did Juan say? I got Nia Jax winning the Women's Royal Rumble. My pick hasn't changed. There you go. There you go. Well, you and KJ are going to have to talk about that. I know KJ's got Jade Cargill locked in for his pick to win the Rumble here. So we're getting Kofi. What? Kofi literally looks like he just got back from like playing pickup or something, and he's about to have a match with Kaiser out here. As so, just a reminder, everybody, we will be back here tomorrow night, 100%. Like we've said, it's a statement, not a gimmick. We cover more pro wrestling than any other channel out there, and especially live pro wrestling, as we're back at it tomorrow for NXT, the start of the Crockett Cup, or the Dusty Cup. Why am I going Crockett? Dusty Cup for the tag team division. And also we're going to get Cora Jade versus Gigi Cargill. So 100%. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell notification, because we'll be showing up for anything and everything pro wrestling. Trust me, we'll be here, about to go live with one stream and then turn around and add another one just because. Jobson, again, I like that. Congrats on second place. Yeah. Now you're four-time. Don't worry. In 2024, will be five-time AFC East champions. As we are on commercial break, number 4 right now, I believe. Is Jade going to be in the Rumble? That's an interesting question. I'll ask everybody that's tuning in right now. Do you think Jade Cargill will be in the Rumble? Where does she debut? I think she's in the Rumble. Actually, even as I say that question, I think she's going to be in the Rumble. They've been building up for some time. I almost want to agree with Cage. I think that might be her coming out party there. Pause. That she shows up. Granted, I think she might still show up like late 20s, maybe even 30. And she, really kind of dominates the back end there. I don't think she's starting off at like number 1 and going the whole gamut here. But where else do you do it? Do you have her debut or anything at Mania or right before? I feel like, I know that they've said she's needed some work, but she can't need that much work. You can't make this big deal about signing her and she doesn't debut for like 2 years. What are we, a fucking hockey team out here? Just sign somebody and they just stash overseas? Nick, who does Rhea face at the Royal Rumble? Oh, honestly, I think at this point, it'll probably be somebody like Ivy Nile. Not saying that that's a bad match per se. I think it's just very much a Monday Night Raw match. As granted, we just saw it last week, but I don't know who else they've built up enough on the Raw brand that you would have in a match with Rhea at the Rumble that you'd be willing to take out of the Royal Rumble match. So maybe somebody like Ivy, she could, lose to Rhea and then still hop in the Rumble even for a quick minute if they need her or anything like that, or if they're going to put her in there. But you're not going to do Becky because she's still involved with Nia. Raquel's on the sidelines. Liv's on the sidelines. Yeah, it's getting a little slim pickings a bit. Finn Balor versus Tommaso Ciampa was good. They did wrestle each other before on NXT. Yes, fair enough. JV saying, I think Jade Cargill shows up on Raw the night after Mania. Okay, but have you let it sit too much then? That's the question. I would argue with that of have you let it, taken too long that we might have forgotten about it and it doesn't get the same reaction. Kyle says, yes, for Jade in the Rumble. Alexis, let me know the score on the national championship game right now. So, yeah, shout out to Maize and Blue here. Let's go, Michigan. My money is on the Dolphins to win the whole thing. I'll take that bet. I'll take your money for that because I know at least especially to win the Super Bowl, that ain't happening. I'll take your money on that any day. Honestly, there's been people joking around. You want to talk about scripts that, everybody jokes that there's the NFL script writers. There have been people saying that because of the Super Bowl logo the past couple of years, the two teams that have ended up in the Super Bowl have their colors both in the logo. And this year it's kind of purple and a gold color. So everybody's saying that it's going to be the 49ers and the Ravens, the two number one seeds going at it. So if that happens, then they're more scripted than WWE. C Money definitely can't wait for the Jade push. What did C Money say? Kofi or Juan out here for Kofi Mania. Yes, we got a little hype up there for the chance encounter there. What about Shane and Rhea? That's not a bad show. You got about 2 weeks of build? I want to say roughly, unless you start it tonight. Has there been much build? I honestly, that's not a Shayna's respectfully not a bad shout to win the Rumble. If Jade's not in it, Shayna's not a bad shout to win the Rumble because I could almost see them doing a Shayna versus Rhea at WrestleMania if it's built up of just two badass women going at it. So that's not a bad show. I just wonder if you would do it at the Rumble and do it in, with like 3 weeks build.
Speaking of two women going at it,
good luck. Try and segue that. Good luck.
As we're kicking off Ludwig and Kofi, a lot of talk in the chat about Jade. I saw that. I still think she comes in and wins from the 28th spot. I'm calling my shot.
I kind of agreed with you. If she's going to be in it, she has to win it. I said she'd probably show up late 20s, maybe 30. Yeah.
Jade will win. Larry's with me. Ludwig for the win, says C Money. Now, interesting thing. Well, this match going on that came out today. A lot of buzz on the internet. We haven't talked about it yet, but the potential of WWE RAW going to Amazon.
Oh.
And a lot of people pointing out the pros, a lot of people pointing out the cons.
As I say, you want to piss a lot of people off? Do that.
Yeah, I mean,
piss people off? Do that.
I don't love the idea. I really don't. And maybe I'm crazy, but it wouldn't be my first choice. The idea of like, well, then they can get free deliveries.
You can get free shipping with Amazon Prime.
Right?
Who gives a fuck? No, but that's the thing is the only other real networks that have been thrown out to my recollection, there was Amazon, there was Time Warner, and I think FX was the other one, unless I'm mistaken. So it's weird. I respectfully think it's either going to be Time Warner or somebody out of the fucking blue that we haven't been talking about.
I do think that Amazon's got legs, right? The rumors got legs because of the money, right? And I think that's ultimately what they look at. Again, inconvenience for fans, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I think they're looking at dollar bills. So whatever that deal is, if Amazon's willing to pay the most, they might get it.
Yeah, but you've already had NXT pay you've already had the CW pay the most. You already had USA fucking pay the most. Like, maybe let us a deal go here. I know this is heresy when it comes to talking about corporations, but yeah.
Yeah, Nick Khan ain't playing that game, my guy.
I just want to see the world burn and have him show up on Warner.
I still kind of do too, just for the sake of the buzz and the arguments and the online issues. Yeah. Kofi.
Kofi was Kofi.
Right? Springboard cross body, throwing punches. The new look Kofi in his ready for a game of 3-on-3.
Yeah, all right, like I said, man just came back from N1.
FX, it's definitely tied to Fox. Yes. Fact.
Well, no. Oh, that was Disney Plus. Wasn't it Disney Plus that was one of the people that they were thinking about it?
Yeah, there was rumors for Disney for quite a while. They've kind of tapered off, but again, I think as fans, the idea of downloading another app, no more Peacock, but let's go Prime, and it's just there's so many apps, and I know we're in the generation of unplugging and cord cutting and all that shit. But man, I got so many apps on my phone, on my fucking Android box, on just apps everywhere.
Yeah, but if you run back, everything that you pay for them apps, you're pretty much paying a cable package.
Right? Facts. You're not wrong.
Right. That's the thing. So that's why I think if you go to another streaming app, that's going to cost more money. You're going to piss people off. You're going to have issues with it. You're going to have stuff that goes down. You're going to have all these fucking technical glitches. Just stay with a cable company. Save your fucking pay-per-views specifically to Peacock, unless they go to Amazon and then all of the WWE content moves to Amazon Prime away from Peacock.
That I see working. My concern with a weekly show is, does it lose viewers compared to?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a given. I don't see it being able to maintain, and that's got to be a part of the equation for Nick Khan, especially when it comes to advertising dollars, unless Amazon's paying enough to cover that too.
Right. Well, and yeah, you won't get your advertising. You can
commercial
ratings discussions end there because there's no Nielsen ratings on streaming.
Yeah. Also very true. Right. WWE RAW tonight after Gutfield on Fox News. LOL. What? I'm not with you, Easy Bay. I'm too Canadian.
Well, I agree with JJ there of saying the only reason I have YouTube TV. No, I'll just read it as say I have YouTube TV is for wrestling. Same with Peacock. Yeah, pretty much.
Right, but you got TNA Plus now. You have New Japan World. You have
Thriller if you want your GCWs and your Wrestling Revolvers and all of that.
Thriller.
Yeah, because there's a Thriller. Formerly Fight.
Right. I pay $10 a month for 45,000 channels. Where are you on that deal, my guy?
He just pays some guy to just fucking hotwire his shit and everything.
I'm trying to think, how much does the VPN cost? But yeah.
I was gonna say, Jobson, if that's the case, you legitimately holding out then. Hook a motherfucker up.
Rob will not
be a package that fell off the back of a truck.
Right. I just need New Japan World. You know what's funny is New Japan World is funky and they switched their apps. So the app I had to go get a new one because the old one is now defunct and they've relaunched. So yeah, Jesus Christ.
Well, and it's also interesting, even if you try to do it on the web browser, because then you've got to do the translation and then you've got to get it to work. And sometimes the translated version doesn't communicate properly with the regular version. Yeah.
Paramount Plus would be great for WWE. Now I'm wondering, like, what are the pros to that? Like, why do we feel that way? Because again, I just instantly hear of, like, if you go to a streaming service, you're going to lose viewers because there are people that will not do it.
Facts. 100%.
We watched the ratings dip when they moved from from Fox to FS1 because people won't change the channel. So what makes us think that if they go to an app, that's not going to happen?
Well, and much like how if you have Hulu TV or YouTube TV or anything like that, if you have it still on a cable package or whatever, though you can still use those streaming apps to still watch it without having the cable package.
Facts.
So if you go to strictly like Amazon Prime or Paramount Plus, and it's not on CBS and Amazon has no network equivalent, then you lose all those people, like you said, that won't do the streaming service, don't want to pay an extra $10 a month or whatever. So you miss out on a chunk just because you're making a little bit more money. That's where that cost benefit weighs in.
No, absolutely. We're back to the fight, folks. Kofi going to the top. Don't be surprised if Tama Tonga is in the Rumble. Bold. I like it. I like it.
Fair enough. I'll be more surprised, though, if the regular WWE audience knows on just a debut in the Royal Rumble who Tama Tonga is. And I say that with no disrespect because I'm a big fan of Tama.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the ones where Michael Cole comes in handy.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's a guys like us, guys and gals like us know who Tama Tonga is. Your regular casual, nosebleed WWE fan that, dad brought his 7 kids out to the show and everything. They don't know who Tama Tonga is.
Yeah, no. But again, I mean, it'll be interesting. Could they slide him in just for the sake of it? Might not be the biggest pop, but it could be a nice surprise. Kofi ducks out of the way of the European uppercut on the outside.
Well, speaking of ducking out of the way, I think I'm a ducking
out of the way. There you go. Nick taking a pause for the cause. We're still rolling through we got a count out. Boo Earns. Super kick from Kofi. Boo. Boo. I think because of last week's match ending a little funky, and no fault to the wrestlers, no fault to the company. We had a serious injury, but now to have this one end in a count out is a bit of maybe not the best decision. But Kofi with a tope, laying waste to Kaiser, and Kaiser just gouges the eyes, not having none of it. There, where's your beat? That's it. There you go. I was going to ask you earlier, Anthony. Now I don't pay full price for pay-per-views for AEW and TNA. Interesting. AEW is the one I have to pay full pop for, and in my country, it's like $80. Like that's one of my least favorite. TNA I can get. I'm a member with the plus, but AEW is the one I pay full pop for out of all of them, unless I'm playing around with my VPN and such. As Kofi eats a chair, a decent amount of booze for Ludwig here. Jamie Noble. Ooh. What do you think about having Otis versus Ivar tonight? Big beefy boys. Should be a fun one. Strap in, strap on, guys. Again, they kind of have this super heavyweight division, unofficially announced, but you got Jonah kicking around. You got Otis. You got Ivar. Ivar's getting a little bit of love since Eric's been on the shelf. And wow. Could this be, now hear me out, folks. Could this be Kofi Kingston gets put on the shelf for a minute and the New Day return together? Think about it. Think about it. There's 0 pros for Raw being on Paramount Plus. The app is garbage, and they will lose a massive amount of viewers. Raw will be on cable. Yeah, again, don't believe everything you read on the internet for sure. And my take is definitely doesn't sound, unless they're forking over exponentially more money than the cable providers or the cable companies. It doesn't seem likely to me. As Kaiser comes back for more. Not happy. Is that Jason Jordan? It is Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan and Jamie Noble having a terrible time. And again, Kofi is taken out. I wonder, because then you could set up the New Day with 3 members against Imperium with 3 members. And what I will say about this, guys, is this may be the first time in a long time, and anybody out there can tell me if I'm wrong, but when was the last time Kaiser and Imperium, outside of Gunther, was booked like badasses, were booked with a mean streak, that weren't just doing jobs to, the Alpha Academy and shit? To me, this is a good move for Kaiser. Kofi might, take him out of the picture for a hot minute. It's not terrible. I'm wondering where this is going. Amazon has Reacher. Fair enough. Listen, Reacher will. I'm always Blue Mountain State with that guy. It's tough to watch him as Reacher. Kaiser just left Kofi a receipt, a huge one. Kofi down, Kofi out. We'll see what this means for Kofi's future. Ludwig's got tons of talent. He is great. He's comfortable with the mic. He definitely has a presence about him. And again, I just feel like his WWE main roster run has been a lot of that typical, we're the lackeys for the better guy, so we take a lot of L's. This was a moment for Kaiser to just stand out and be a badass on his own. I like it. I like the way that's shaped up. And again, I wonder if this leads to something. And maybe it's not all 3 members of the New Day returning. Maybe they just buy some time. I don't know where Woods is, if he's injured as well, but we know Big E's story. So maybe Kofi takes a minute, takes a rest, takes a pause for the cause, and then he works himself back in with his friends. Bleacher sucks. Bleacher sucks big. Yeah, I don't like Bleacher at all. Not good. It's glitchy. It has so many issues. We miss things. Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah. He took the Sabu with an office chair right in the mouth. Juan says, geez. Will we hear from Seth Rollins tonight? I believe we might. I'd be surprised if we didn't. I'm curious when the last time we didn't at least hear from Seth in some way, shape, or form on a Raw. I have a feeling that Imperium is going to implode either this year or next year. I'm okay with next year, Christian. Eventually, all factions implode. That's the way they work. Too soon for me this year, like at least now. Maybe late in 2024, but you haven't done a lot with Imperium as a group. Gunther's been outstanding. But like I said, the other 2 are always mad at each other. They're always in trouble. They're always taking L's. So, yeah, I'd like to see them be a little more substantial before you start messing with the idea of breaking them up. Give them a new member and make them even more imposing. Dun, dun, dun. Kaiser exacting revenge for Da Vinci being knocked out by Kofi. Storytelling 100%, my guy. It all ties in. It ties in nicely. And again, this could set up, something in the future. You're going to have to get Woods back in the mix. You're going to have to get Kofi, back from the beating he just took. I like it. I'm okay with this, especially with what happened last week. The count out, I could have probably done without. But again, if it was going to lead to this, maybe have Kaiser cheat to win and then do this, but I get why they didn't. I get it. I really feel that Raw needs to stay on cable. I'm with you, JJ. It's hard to say. So the idea of taking it away seems outlandish to me. And the only way I think they could do it, because you got to remember, you get your TV deal, and then you have all your advertising money. As we know, WWE is commercial heavy. We talk about it all the time. We take over-unders on the commercial breaks. And we're back, by the way, getting a replay. But if you're not getting that advertising dollar, or maybe you do with the live streaming as well, but if it's not the same advertising dollars, that's got to be worked into the equation of your overall money. Why you hating on Amazon? I don't have it, so I don't know what's bad about it. No, I'm not hating on Amazon. I also have Amazon. I just don't know that the viewership will translate. If you ask the fan base at large, like one of the perks of NXT going to WWB, that was awesome. One of the perks, by the way, we're with Jackie Redmond in the back. Who Jackie Redmond has her own show coming this week. CM Punk's going to be a guest. This is what Drew McIntyre should be doing. Kaiser's doing exactly what we want Drew to do. There you go. I did that because of Kofi took out my guy. That's good storytelling. You're right, guys. That's good. I'm good with this. And I'm good with Jackie Redmond, Canadian, by the way, as Michael Cole is in the ring. It's going to be Jay and the New Day versus Imperium. Oh, I like that. I like the idea, and I've talked about this before, of Jay Uso going after Gunther, right? You know, David versus Goliath, the big baby face, the imposing heel. I'm not totally against that at all. But here comes Nia Jax. Tama Tonga might be in the actual Rumble match, but he might be there to help Roman in the Fatal 4-Way. Now, that I could get behind, and that I could actually see, Victor. You know, this Fatal 4-Way, the rumor is that, again, I don't buy the dirt sheet so much because the WWE isn't planning week to week. I don't believe they are. So the idea that they booked a match and then changed their mind of like, oh, wait, Randy might lose. We got to change this. I don't think that's true, but nonetheless, Roman's got to find a way to get out of this Fatal 4-Way. And again, do you give the bloodline some new faces to kind of wake it up? Because it's been stale since Jay left. But Nia in the ring with Michael Cole. Michael, KJ, do you think it's possible AEW with F? I want to answer this in so many different ways, Kyle. But I don't know. I don't think so. I'll share a smoothie receipt with you one day. There you go. There you go. I mean, do you think it's possible for AEW goes to HBO Max? In some capacity, but again, same problem, right? If TNT, you get it in most households, you can access it. You move it to HBO Max. Now you're asking fans to go find it. And in a company that's averaging around 830 to 50,000 viewers a week, HBO Max might hurt them. Their library being on there would be really good. Interesting. Here comes Rio, wasting no time getting in on this. There is no man or woman that can oh, wait a minute. There you go. So maybe it's, it looks like it. So Nia versus Rhea at the Rumble. Interesting, folks. And again, I like it. You've been trying to line up. One of the reasons why Rhea Ripley hasn't had a lot of title defenses is because she's so dominant. You're wasting your time. And when you do get like a Maxine Dupree or, Ivy Nile gave her a bit of a run, but she's so dominant as a champion, you need women that are going to challenge her in a way that we believe that her title is at risk. Nia Jax, to me, does that 100%. Oh, shit, Nia can beat Rhea, especially after squashing Becky. Seth better be defending that title. And if yes, against who? That's a very good question a few weeks out from Rumble. I have no idea. I don't know what they do with that yet, right? Because you still have the background story of Punk and Punk and Seth. But the cheers for Rhea. Like, this is the loudest the crowd's been, I think, tonight, outside of Punk showing up, is they're on their feet for Rhea Ripley. You like to talk a big game. JIC champ works for me. I'm in with it, buddy. Great segment by Kaiser. Outstanding. Everything that happened with Kaiser there made sense, right? You took out my buddy. I took out you. Deal with it. Angry, vicious, careless, doesn't give a fuck, was exactly what he needed to do. KJ, what's your favorite match of all time? Holy shit. I have to think about that, my guy. On the spot, that's a tough one. I can barely pick a match, my favorite match of last year, never mind of all time. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I see Kofi Kingston versus Finn Balor at Mania in a Kofi Mania run. Maybe. I don't get it, but I doubt it. Big boos for Nia. Now, see, that's the way Drew. Yeah, exactly, JJ. I'm right there with you. Am I the only one that would love to see Nia Jax crush Michael? Yeah, why not? I'm in there. I'm with you, JV. Give him the old squish. That's funny. It was in the script. Let's go, Ludwig. Yeah, Ludwig did well. Heel versus heel. Well, speaking of heel versus heel.
Well, I was going to say, pause on your comment there. Give him the old squish. Give him the old 23 skidoo. No.
Right? That big old thigh.
Keep me out of your fantasies, sir. I am not
Right.
Nicolas Cage, even though my name is Nick. I don't just show up in people's dreams.
There you go. There you go. KJ, can you see Dom screwing Rhea and siding with Nia? Ooh, no.
I wanted a mommy, but a Samoan mommy.
Right? I always wanted to be a part of this moment.
She showed me her hole. God, yeah.
Pause, folks.
Right, but I like this matchup of Rhea versus Nia. People were asking me while you were on your pause. I threw out Ivy now just because I thought that's the only thing we had kind of halfway built up. But if we're going here with this, I dig it. It's somebody that they can both look each other eye to eye and stature to stature, frame to frame, respectfully.
Yeah, again, you need more imposing women that, and you talked about it before of like the beefy women's division, the Haas division, if you will, of Raw. And I mean, there you see it. I know people think heel versus heel, but Mommy has ventured into that. You saw the reaction. People jumped and popped when Rhea Ripley came out, and Nia's clearly getting boos. Rhea's clearly getting cheers. Rhea's the cool heel. She's ventured into that zone.
She's the Roman Reigns of this situation. She is not only a woman star, she is a superstar. And speaking of superstars, this is the second time they've gone to the well with bringing up how Dwayne came back last week. I think they started off the show with it, and now they're doing it again.
Right. Definitely. My favorite match of all time is Triple H for Shawn Michaels. I think one of my favorite stories of all time was that run there, the end of an era. The Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker. You know, like they went through that 3-year run there, and it was unbelievable.
I think if me personally, if I had to say a match, and I know it's more of an angle and a spot than a match, is the King of the Ring 96, the Hell in a Cell between Mick Foley and Undertaker. That's the match that I have watched the most times.
Yeah.
That is still the most talked about thing. And I get it still does it technically
not much of a match.
As a match. Right? Yeah.
No, I mean there's some like fuck, man. That's why I hate the what's your favorite? Like I suck at picking favorites. When Eddie Guerrero won his title, one of my favorite moments ever. Great match. Teary-eyed, like that was unbelievable. But there's been so many good ones. We'd have to like look through this.
Well, and that's when you get into like even what I talked about there of it. Is it the moment? Is it the spots in it? Is it the story? Is it the match? There's layers to this whole thing.
Right. Here comes Chelsea Green and Piper Xena, Warrior Princess.
Piper Niven. The only actual Scottish badass on this show.
Brett versus Austin. The infamous bloody face sharpshooter match.
But is it the match or is it the spot?
No, but it was the match that led to the spot. It was such a good match, right? Even the Shawn, Brett Iron Man match. As a young wrestling fan, that was outstanding. Like you didn't get a whole lot of 60-minute barn burners back then, right?
Fair enough. WWE. For everything like to counter that, I could bring up Goldberg versus Hogan in the Georgia Dome in WCW.
That match sucked.
Yeah, and the match sucked, but the fucking moment was historic.
But see, that's where my I think my faves like that.
I'm just going off the top, like you said. So.
Yeah, it's when you have when the match ties into the moment. It's still like, and again, that's another one with Mick Foley is when Mick Foley, asses in seats. That whole match was fucked.
Actually, I can come up with two off the dome that I actually like as the match. Well, one's more the story within the match plus the match, but one's definitely the match. Is the story with the match is commercial break five or six. Is Rock versus Hogan, WrestleMania 18 in your neck of the woods, actually.
Yeah.
To where they should have gone on last, but didn't. And the double turn with the crowd, you had everything. That was your original icon versus icon match.
Yeah. Yeah. That one was huge. Huge.
And then the other one that I would honestly say is probably respectfully across the board my favorite match bell to bell is the street fight. I want to say it was Royal Rumble, one of the Royal Rumbles between Hunter and Cactus Jack.
Yeah. Because I got a list because I'm such a mark for Triple H. I got a list of Triple H matches that I fucking loved, right? Like Triple H Randy, Triple H fucking HBK, Triple H Angle, Triple H.
I had that whole the whole series of matches for between him and Mick on like the pay-per-views and everything, like even No Way Out 2000, all on VHS. Yes. Now you can't even get physical copies like that anymore.
Right. Firefest Twins for the win. I like that. Bianca versus Bailey on SmackDown. Let's go. Bear, how you doing? Owen versus Austin when Austin broke his neck. That was a good match with a terrible ending, but yeah, it was a good match.
Right.
Owen versus Brett. Mania was a great match.
That's the thing is trying to could do this by decade, by year, you could almost go by year, by month and pick out a fucking murderer's row of matches.
Dude, I'm so horrible at picking favorite anything.
Facts.
What's your favorite anything? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm greedy, man. I like a lot of shit.
Yeah, your whole gimmick's be greedy, so fuck off.
What's your favorite ice? All of them, whatever tastes good.
All of them. Everything.
Right. But we are in a commercial break right now, folks, and we are rolling along past the hour mark. We're getting the tag match next. If you want to give us a prediction on whether or not Green and Nivens can win their title backs against the Little EDM Girls, we will find out very shortly, but get your predictions in. Macho Steamboat, classic for sure.
We represent the dubstep scene, the dubstep scene. But is it interesting that we started the hour with that and then a commercial and everything, like this is how we really go, like this is your top of the 9 o'clock hour right now with Raw.
This is your pause. You just had Rhea. Everybody got excited.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is you got to remember. Well, the top of the hour was Rhea, so there you go.
Yeah, right.
But it's 3 hours versus the typical 2, so this is normally your in between. You got a lot of other things to talk about besides what's going on.
Right. Macho versus Flair again. What a great storyline that culminated in a good match. Macho Man had bangers. He was a workhorse, even though a lot of people hated working with him because he was very much like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
The other person that I've heard that was like that was DDP.
Yep.
That they were both like meticulous with then you step this foot here and then you whip me here and then I close on you there.
Right. Cody, the best man in the house.
I was gonna say, third time with the sign. If he's answering signs. Again, Cody. You answered one. Now you got to answer them all. Where's the line, Cody? That's all I want.
And Shinsuke.
Nakamura.
Oh, this is interesting. Triple H, Cactus, and Hell in a Cell. Mankind versus Rock was a good one. Mankind versus Taker.
Oh,
the Boiler Room Brawl. Let's go back.
Oh, the Boiler Room Brawl was great.
Right, they had some good ones. Some doozies.
Well, if you're mentioning the I Quit match, the wrestling with Shadow, or no, that's the big one.
No, that's the one
Beyond the Mat. Beyond the Mat.
Yes.
Wrestling with Shadows is the Brett one. The Beyond the Mat one, that was I can't go back and watch that though now after knowing that. Like it's hard to watch.
Oh, his kids crying and shit. Now, if anybody was wondering, Triple H is selling his personal ringside seats for a great cause for Connor's Cure. So if anyone wants to bid on that, you can go check that out.
You can sit in Gorilla or just hold up a sign and maybe you can be backstage with Cody. We'll see.
The Spunky Tag Team Champions.
They got a lot of spunk in them.
They got a lot of spunk in them. As many rave girls.
Pause on that. I feel like I need to
all
pause.
of it. Thank you, Michael Cole. While we wait for commercial right now, we're going back to the Wolverines are winning and the New York Rangers are losing. Well, the New York Rangers suck. No, I'm just kidding. They're good, but I don't like them.
17-3 still. Michigan over Washington. 42 seconds left in the first half.
Oh, it's early. Chance and Carter retain and go on to defend against the Kabuki Warriors at Rumble. I'd take that, Victor. I'd be all right with the Kabuki Warriors getting a tag title shot.
Well, it's going to be interesting because it seemed like we were setting up for that kind of damage control versus Team Babyface, Team 4 Horsewoman storyline, and now Charlotte's out. And now do they fracture and deviate off that but still get the same end result?
Right. I'm getting F that. Hey, that's enough out of you, JV. I'll put you in the penalty box just for being funny.
That's 5 minutes for high commenting, for a high swear.
Just because I can and you can't. No, that's I know.
Sound like an NFL official out there.
Yeah, right. Decent pop for the Chance and Carter.
I think it might have been more for Samantha Irvine, respectfully.
Yeah, maybe actually. We get to sit in Gorilla. I would definitely, chip in some bucks to sit in Gorilla for a night.
They just, I'd be there with the fucking headset that's not connected to anything.
Right.
Just acting like I own the fucking place.
See, sorry, Nick. This is what Triple H is doing, right? We have a women's tag match, and then they go back and show a group of women's tag teams. Like, hey, there's a division developing here.
I didn't even see them do that, so that's how fast that happened.
Mm-hmm. I guess we've kind of passed that. Don't cross the stream, girls. There you go.
Pause.
KJ making friends as always.
You're all our friends, even if we disagree.
I think stupid Samantha can't say Chelsea Green the way she does anymore. Pause. Wait.
Yes. There's been some slight controversy over, I guess it's been quote unquote leaked out that the WWE higher ups have told Samantha Irvine to maybe dial it back a little bit with Chelsea Green's, intro. Just dial it back. Like, you're at 11, we need you at like a 10, maybe a 9.
Okay. That's weird. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. It sounds very much like a Vince McMahon thing of it's just like, why the fuck do you care?
Yeah. Oh, Niven's taking out Chance and Carter actually, and then Green with the tag back in or back out.
Yeah, well, I got Piper with a cannonball and a katana in the corner. There's too many K sounds, C sounds. There's too many.
Chance Carter remain.
Now I got them showing the division again. Are you there or am I behind you?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So now I'm moving to commercial.
Hey, but again, signs that Kevin Dunn no longer works here because A, women are on television and multiples of them. And also we don't have every spot that's just somebody gets beaten up outside and we cut to commercial.
Fact. Ricochet is a lucky man. His girl is fire. I bet she's loud too.
I mean, earmuffs, my guy. Earmuffs. Earplugs.
You're like, baby, you're gonna wake the neighbors.
Right. Soundproof walls.
What did you like better? HBK versus Taker, Cell match, or Taker versus Mankind Hell in a Cell? Well, Nick already touched on that one.
Well, yeah, those are two different matches. Those are one's an historic moment, the other's a historic match. I'll put it that way.
That's accurate. The best women's match I ever watched was Sasha Banks versus Bayley. A lot of people revere that one, the NXT match. I think Charlotte and Sasha actually had one of my favorites.
I will actually have a surprise outside nominee of the match between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, the lights out match.
That was a good match. It was a good match. I like it.
I was gonna say, for everybody out there that thinks we do nothing but just sugar honey iced tea on AEW, no, that's I'd put that as probably my favorite women's match of all time.
I think in the recent memory, it's one of the better ones. I mean, it went well, and again, it was the violence made sense, so we were with it. But yeah, I mean, it put Britt over huge.
It felt warranted.
Yeah.
Well, the violence felt warranted.
Alessandro, Cody turn heel. Never. He is John Cena 2.0.
Yeah, well, you've said it. He's Homelander. He's Captain America. He's, America. That's what Cody Rhodes is.
Right. But you don't get much of a tag team division on SmackDown besides Kabuki Warriors. Yeah, that's why I don't imagine that we're going to have women's tag belts on both shows.
No,
you
God,
have
no.
it flow.
Don't do that. You're not Tony Khan. Don't do that.
Yeah, no. But you do have a couple over there, and there's still one tag team that I'm a big fan of that we got for a hot second, and they're gone again, which is Alba and Alba Fire.
Alba and Isla. Yeah, maybe they show up though.
Isla. Yeah, I would love them to. I'm a big fan of the both of them.
But again, that shows you how there's even no NXT women's tag title division. So you very much need to make this just you need to do respectfully what Sasha and Naomi kind of walked out on. If you need to make this tag team division across every show.
Yes, for sure. Now they've been Raw heavy. I mean, I would spread it around a little if they could. And I like the idea, give damage control, especially as they push Bayley out. Give them more belts, give them more gold, make them look good.
Oh, absolutely. Say you've got, you'd have the Kabuki Warriors with the tag titles. You have Io with the women's title. Maybe you give Dakota a belt, or Dakota can't have a belt because she's still on the sidelines. And then Bayley starts to look like, well, what's your excuse, Bayley? Why don't you have a belt?
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it works.
There you go.
I predict one day we will have a tag team battle royal or Royal Rumble match. Winner gets a shot at the tag team championship. That's a bold prediction, my guy. I couldn't see it. We get tag team battle royals. There's just not enough people.
Facts. And we've barely stretched the line for 40 men a few times for a men's Royal Rumble. You want to have 60 people and then also have a 30-man Royal Rumble?
Yeah, you'd have
to go 90 people in Royal Rumble matches in one show. No.
Right. Back from break. Booty drop. Leg drop, according to Michael Cole. Sorry. My bad.
Split-legged leg drop. Yeah. Well, it's mostly booty, some leg. But yeah, if you add a tag team Royal Rumble into this, you kill the gimmick because you do it too much. The Royal Rumble still feels special because it happens one time a year and you get one match.
Yep. Vince McMahon is gone. I'll get back to that one if I can find it. Yeah, Triple H Cactus was a great one. Absolutely. Eddie Ray, WCW.
Yeah. Howling Havoc. So who are we in agreement that we're both taking Greed and Niven, or are you taking?
No, I'm taking the tag champs to retain.
You're taking the blue pill. I took the red pill.
Yeah, well, it looks yellow.
The highlighter
yellow for sure.
Look
at this. Assisted Hurricane Rana from the top. And this is
kick out.
This is what these young ladies do bring to the ring, is a level of tandem offense. They've been a team for a while, not just a thrown together team. In NXT, they spent a lot of time working on shit like this. Nice.
Oh, absolutely. They are the acrobats, I'll put it that way, respectfully, of the division.
Yeah, could we see Mandy Rose back in the WWE now that Vince is out? I don't think it was a Vince issue because, he generally doesn't shy away from that type of shit. It's more of corporate structure,
you
right?
Might have a subscription.
Yeah, right. That's where she got caught.
Right. He's like, God damn it. Two. Two
Rough
got two
Rider,
out.
but the ref was distracted. Chelsea's talented, guys. Don't sleep on Chelsea Green. What up, Evil?
Well, think about it. This is theoretically, I think, run number 3 for her in WWE.
Yeah,
I almost want to. I know it's at least 2.
it's at least 2, but it might be 3.
Well, because she was going to be up there on SmackDown and everything, and then she broke her arm, and then they were like, "Well, we weren't using you too much, so why don't you just take a seat somewhere else?" 2.
Hey.
Oh,
speaking of tandem offense, nice move.
now I'm respectfully though, if a woman of that stature is going and smacking Piper Niven in the back, does that not feel like a fucking gnat hitting a fucking rhinoceros?
A bug on a windshield? Yeah.
Oh, right. Fucking get the fuck off me. You just ricochet. You ricochet. Speaking of ricochet, you ricochet off that.
Big super kick. This match is chaos, but it's been good. Clean. Not a lot of clunkiness.
That's the thing, though. I think Chelsea Green and Piper Niven have, oddly enough, after your girls there, Alba and Isla saged out the fucking stank of the women's tag belts that they've been, the cause that.
Oh my God! Wait! Ah! Oh! Niven's on green. Niven's on green.
Just splashed the bejesus out of her. And then a jumping code breaker. Oh, but Piper rolled out. You got to get her in the ring. Or is Chelsea? No, is Chelsea a legal woman?
Legal. Yeah.
Some bitch.
Look. All right. EDM going to win this. Look. The keg stand is their finisher. 1, 2, 3. My favorite tag team. Your favorite tag team.
Side slam a jam out here. 100%.
A little short on the keg stand, but it worked.
Well, she's only what? Fucking 4'5".
I can't believe their finisher's the cake stand. That's amazing.
Bro, they need to just be out there with Chase U, and they're just the sorority on campus here.
Right? Anthony digging it. It was a good match, man. That was entertaining.
It was a fun match, like Anthony said. It was a fun match.
Big moves. Again, even the spot now, that sets up Nivens and Chelsea to be mad at each other. It works for me.
I still am just a big fan of Chelsea and Niven together, but I get the result here. You can't hotshot the belt back over when you're still trying to establish that division.
You're not wrong. And again, it's a nice babyface thing. And you got teams like Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks, where they're always going to kind of be infinitely the underdogs, right? So it works for me.
Right.
That botch. Which one? I only the ending was a bit of a botch, but just a little short. But it still would hurt having the legs drop across you.
Well, JV's out here. I guess he was counting tags of Piper was the legal woman, but we're going to look the other way again, like an NFL official.
I don't think she was. I don't think it
matters that much. I know that's a terrible thing to say. That's a terrible thing to say.
Maybe that's grounds to get another rematch.
Right. Well, Mega saying that was entertaining. I like the keg stand. A lot of people like that match, like the finish. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
I didn't know they called that move the keg stand, and being a
no one did outside of Michael Cole. They didn't even know they called it that until just now. R-Truth. Everybody shut up.
And it starts off serious.
R-Truth for Hall of Fame 2024.
2026.
No, have him be one of the first active people.
Yeah, maybe. I'm in, man. He's a Hall of Famer. Let's
go. Oh, they're AI and graphics. Oh, him being all right. We instantly. I was out here thinking this man's getting sentimental. No, we're just straight into the bullshit.
I'm like, they're gonna give Truth a serious push. 2 seconds later,
Photoshop AI graphics. He's sitting there flexing next to Damien, taking down the briefcase. Judgment Day. They're doing the old
Judgment Day in your house.
I love every second of this. I still stand by my statement. At some point, R-Truth needs to. Ron Killings needs to be a Hall of Famer in every wrestling Hall of Fame.
100%. He's a Hall of Famer. I wouldn't debate that for a second. Again, you look at guys like Razor Ramon, who never peaked at the top, but still were so pivotal to the company. R-Truth is one of those guys that he, stayed in the middle, but meant so much to the show when he was there.
He is a
Oh
glue
my
guy. He's
God.
a staple guy on any team. He's your,
Yeah.
respectfully, he's like your Pat Beverly of a guy that you don't know you need until you don't have him.
And I'm still trying to figure out how K Quick aged less than me in the last 40 years. Like,
Respectfully, Black don't crack.
he just did not age.
Man's got pictures out here with Tupac and shit, and is still
Yeah.
out here cutting it up with fucking Dominic Mysterio. I whooped your daddy. I was a vet before your daddy was a fucking wrestler.
AD babies. I gotta find that picture. That's definitely going on a short. And love. Live, love, laugh.
Live, laugh, love.
This man is just
the grandma Stitch shit. Give R-Truth all of the belts. Give him everything. Everything.
Give him all of the love, man. That was great. That was golden.
Yeah, Ron Killings is a Hall of Famer life.
And Damien's laughing.
Now, is the TV smoking, or have they been smoking? Where's the smoke coming from?
Puff, puff, pass, bobblehead.
Right, pass the. That's what he gave them before he watched that. That's his. He's like, I got this from Snoop back in 1988.
Everyone in Judgment Day not happy. Damien seemed okay with it.
He's going to be the babyface out of the group.
Yeah. Was Dom laughing? I didn't catch that, JV. That's awesome.
Oh, 100%. There's compilations of R-Truth out there trying to break people. So I'm sure that's probably the first time they saw that too.
You want to talk serious? How do you talk serious after that?
Well, I like Chair's statement here of R-Truth is a gift to wrestling of all versions.
Absolutely.
And then Keyshawn right above that saying, I need a Truth and Roman segment.
The guy shows up with a kiddie table, puts it in the ring, like a little.
He's confused why there is no table.
Where's the table?
Right. He's like, you said you was at the table. I was thinking we were going to have Thanksgiving dinner.
Damien thinks it's funny. Yeah, how could you not, man? They were like, listen, guys, we need you to watch this segment, and then we're going to go clip to you. Oops.
Well, right, we're going to go straight to where you just got to watch this video VTR, and we're going to go right to you.
Right. It's so funny because they got me in the sense of like, oh, man, this is serious. And 10 seconds, not even 2 seconds later, it's like, oh, no, it's R-Truth. Never mind. My bad. And that's the endearing side of it.
We were both right there, 100%. They're showing, where he grew up, and they're talking about, his birth and everything. And then they turn around and cut to an AI image of him with the Judgment Day all like in a baby rock band. And instantly, all right, we're not serious at all.
I still want to know who is Nick and why is he in the Judgment Day?
Who? What?
Miz for the win. So yeah, up next, Miz versus JD McDonough.
I like Matt's tube of you. Haven't laughed that hard in a minute. Max.
Yeah, that one got me. That's again, not a lot of wrestling segments that make you kind of belly laugh. That one definitely got me.
Yeah, that are actually genuinely funny and not funny because of how fucking stupid they are.
Yeah. Not like, a genuine, like, good comedy. Good comedy.
Right. I think Cat Williams might approve of that segment.
Right. Miz for the win. JD for the win. No, I think Truth has something to do with Miz winning. Even last week was so ridiculous. Whose team am I on? And then winking at Dom as he's causing them to lose.
And then doing the Shawn Michaels, I love you. 100% Miz wins because of truth interference. Truth and consequences affect JD McDonough here.
Yeah. Christian going with the Miz as well. I actually think JD might win this. JD for the win. There you go, Juan.
Wait. Oh. So JD JV because he actually listened to the thing instead of we're talking all the time.
Yeah.
When Truth mentioned all the Judgment Day members, he mentioned Dom and Nick Mysterio. I never knew I was a Mysterio.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. We were talking. We were laughing. We were laughing too hard.
I was conveying my joy to the public.
Right. Why didn't you hear it? I was laughing too hard. Sorry.
All right, Lord Farquaad. That's the best shit. He's
Number
just
3, my lord. Number 3.
number 2, number 3.
All right. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Right. You're a monster. Rumble surprises are Naomi, Liv, and Liv Morgan. I expect Liv Morgan will be in the Rumble and get a huge pop. She should. It's too bad Riddle got fired because Liv being brought out in a car by Riddle would have been great.
No, I don't know. Matt Striker.
Oh shit!
Right.
Naomi.
No,
coming
I
back
was
to
going
the-
to just go on to the point that we've talked about with saying, oh, those are the surprises. But if you're saying that and you say that so confidently, they're not surprises anymore. We've talked about this of when you know 27 people out of the 30-person Royal Rumble, or 29 even, thanks to the dirt sheets, thanks to people that have announced and claimed and what have yous.
Yeah,
It takes all the surprise out of it.
yeah. I don't like it. I mean, when you get that graphic and you're like, you can figure out. I don't want to know. And again, just the order of them is not enough. I hope Trips backs off a little. Yes, let us know some of the key people. But like we said, the old school Rumbles, everybody in the fucking company, the referees and everybody were on the poster because it could have been any of them out of that group to be the 30 that made it in.
Yeah, and even then, the only time you'd really know is if you're watching the pay-per-view, and then you've got, fucking Tatanka and Luger and,
And every once in a while, they
Earthquake and
have a
all of
guy,
that saying, I'm going to be in the Rumble. I'm going to toss out 29 other people.
right? As we're getting back, but we're getting the NFL belts commercial.
If the Buffalo Bills, I don't want to put myself on the line for this.
I was like, if the Buffalo Bills win, I'll buy you one.
I was almost going to say if they win, I'd buy one, but they're like fucking $500. So I don't want to put myself on the line for that.
We'll get a GoFundMe going.
No, we're not like other people. No.
Oh, snap. Facts.
We don't need that. You can have that.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Right. But yeah, give me like 5 per each Rumble. If you're going to do men's and women's, give me like 5 per that declare. Like we've said before, you got your Austin, your Rocks, your Hunters, or your Hogans, your Flairs, your Warriors, that Machos that would declare for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Your Ricky the Dragon Steamboats, your Rick the Model Martels, your all of that shit didn't declare until they showed up in the Rumble.
Yeah, no, and I think that's part of the fun of the Rumble. And in the past, again, it was this whole thing where we talked about where, because the ticket sales were driving so much of the business, you waited for the surprises in the building. Now, because you want ratings and because you want pay-per-view buys, you give away too much to get those buys.
But for the longest time, we really liked how WWE wasn't advertising a ton of what their show was going to be.
Yeah.
Because then it left a lot up to circumstance, because that's the thing. If you're going to do that, you have to deliver.
Right.
So it's that fine dance you walk. You can't be like Tony, who tells us nothing and then gives us nothing, or tells us everything and somehow everything still under delivers.
Right. As Dom's out at ringside, escorting JD to the ring. Oh, that's going to be good. The R-Truth moment felt like a Dave Chappelle gotcha bitch moment. It felt like a Chappelle skit, right?
Right. All we were missing was Chappelle showing up like Prince or something like that. This is going to be, Judgment Day versus Blouses.
The 20, was it really? I didn't see it. That's funny.
He still should have, if he goes into the Hall of Fame, that should be his fucking Hall of Fame thing. I still swear that should have been the last thing on that belt is Nikki Cross, who can't hit a fucking 10-foot wide garbage bin, throws it into the lap of R-Truth as he's getting wheeled off or something like that.
I still say it's not too late, Nick. You can literally have just, oh, wait.
Hey, R-Truth! Speak of the devil and they shall appear. And it's not Adam Cole.
Look, he's showing his T-shirt.
You got the shirt. I got the shirt.
This match might be over. Truth got me talking in tongues. A quick hiccup.
Right.
R-Truth botches it up on.
We're going to get a reunion of the Awesome Truth. Is what we're going to get out of this. Is we're going to get the Awesome Truth in your tag division. And I respectfully wasn't the biggest fan the first time around, but now I want it.
Yeah, awesome truth for the going after the tag titles to me makes sense. It fits and it's good.
Them as a babyface works. Them as the heels they were trying to be sucked.
Oh yeah, I know. Them being the heels against two of the biggest names when everyone was trying to figure out how they fit into the equation might not
Yeah,
have been the best
they're
decision.
like, "What are you doing here?"
Miz, I still can't get over how much babyface love Miz is getting. The guy
Is it because
gotta
he's
give this guy his
associated with
flowers.
our truth?
No, but even before that, when he was fucking around with Gunther, like it's developed momentum. Then you give him our truth, it just fits. It works.
I'm gonna play blissfully ignorant to it because I don't like. I don't like Miz. I don't like babyface Miz. Now, granted, I kind of don't like Miz in general, but that's neither here nor there.
We got to give this man his flowers, my guy. I have a feeling that our truth is going to cost JD. That's my feeling. I'm with you, Christian. Now I know some people thought the other way around. Seth freaking Rollins tonight, world heavyweight champion. All right.
Well, that could be. I think you were talking about it while I was on maybe my pause of who does he face at Rumble. This could set that up.
Yes, 100%.
Does it set up him versus, say, does Nakamura win versus Cody, and it sets up Seth versus Nakamura?
There's no way.
The Mist out of the abyss.
Well, Nakamura jumped him, so I mean that is very interesting. Like,
Right.
like Cody was down and out, and that Nakamura got the win because he had an advantage.
Who else faces Seth?
know.
Who else faces Seth?
It's not
You
true.
can't do Drew. You killed that. You can't do Punk this soon. You can't do Cody because then Cody somehow doesn't even finish the abridged version of the book he was trying to write.
Yeah, he writes a different book.
He can't even write a fucking pamphlet, let alone a story, motherfucker.
Say that's funny as shit. Gunther really made Miz into a likable baby. It's fucked. We shot all over the idea of Miz. You're gonna babyface turn the Miz, and it worked.
Right.
Going for the skull crusher finale. McDonough says not today. But Miz and JD are getting all the reactions like we saw earlier singles matches that didn't get this kind of love.
Well, I think there was segments before this that woke the audience up.
Yes.
I'll go back to when we were here for World's End. There was nothing in that show that woke the audience up. It just kind of kept this stammering pace about it.
The lull. It stayed in a lull.
Raw did not start off great, but there's been enough segments that have built upon each other that have gotten this ball rolling a bit.
All right. This Saturday night coming up. I don't know what that's the answer to, but I'll take.
But we can let you know that we'll be here for Impact or TNA. God damn it, I did it again. Hard to Kill and also New Japan Battle of the Valley, as well as maybe some Collision in the peripheral.
I'm really surprised that we're getting a Battle of the Belts from AEW on a night where, again, for Tony and the AEW fans being very much the internet fans, that like Hard to Kill is a big night. New Japan. You got AEW talent on the New Japan card. Why are you doing this here?
If anyone was clearly closely watching my face, you saw me realize throughout that whole statement of KJ's that he wasn't misspelling or talking about like anything else, that I entirely forgot that Battle of the Belts was even a thing, even happening. Like, why? Why are you doing that, Tony?
Right? Do you want to hear the grizzle on the whole steak? Jericho, Sammy versus the tag champs in a street fight at Battle of the Belts.
I almost want to just hear the boos.
I'm wondering if it's going to be a pre-tape.
Well, if there are boos, that'll be an interesting question. Is if there are boos.
I think there might still be. I still think people are skeptical of the whole situation.
When you don't say anything, you kind of say more than denying it. Respectfully.
Yeah. R-Truth is getting a babyface reaction while Dom is getting the heel heat. Absolutely. That's how this is supposed to work.
I was going to say, and what else are facts that we all know?
Right? R-Truth character is Jericho Clout Vampire. Wait, what?
Why are you trying to lump those two together? Don't you do that. Don't you ever. I'm like, Bobby Boucher or
Lloyd Christmas.
don't you ever say that, Billy Madison?
Oh, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Let's go, Nick Mysterio. We start calling
Booyaka, booyaka. Like and subscribe.
Right. But we are on a commercial break right now, folks. And we're rolling through this show. Right now, R-Truth is at the ringside. Miz taking on JD. Very interesting setup right now. A lot's coming your way still. We got Seth, and then we got Cody and Nakamura. Still trying to figure out what C Money was talking about. As a non-ironic comedy bit, I fucking love it. But in real life, not so much. LOL. Watching Jericho's name get so tarnished in his last run makes my Jerichoholic heart hurt. Everything Jericho's done in the last 2 years, not the original AEW run as champion, but everything he's done since has made me hurt as a Jerichoholic. A huge Jericho fan, the Lionheart, we always joke about the 1,004 moves.
Right.
The guy was great. The list was great. Here in Canada, the radio stations like "You just made the list" is a soundbite they use.
It's got to be even bigger for you in Canada.
Yeah, he just ends up being disappointing because, and again, if you're an old, it's not because he's old. It's not because he's not in his prime anymore. It's because he sucks and tells you he doesn't. That's what eats at me.
Yeah, it sucks to watch anyone's fall from grace, but that's respectfully before this, and I'm presuming very clearly after this, that's what we're watching. Of you either, I'll put it this way: you either retire a hero or you stay on long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Right. And again, if he was just in there as a supporting guy, putting young talent over, great. But it's not. Jericho's all about Jericho, and that's how he's getting himself in pickles right now. Is he thinks he's fucking the Rock God, and he's not.
He injects himself into situations that he doesn't need to be in.
Right. If Boozer is correct, we're getting Seth versus Jinder. I hope.
Don't hit the Jinder.
Hey.
Is that an actual return of Jinder showing up? I thought that was just a spot show.
Right. I mean, you got to give Jinder credit for what he did last week. I mean, he definitely got the crowd riled up in the right way and then just ate shit for 12 minutes after.
I mean, that honestly, would you watch that if it's going to be Seth versus Jinder? We get actually Indusher up on Monday Night Raw, which they, I believe, are supposed to be on. That adds again to your tag division.
I think I could kind of get behind it. People want to boo Jinder.
You know, Seth's not losing it to whoever he faces at the fucking Rumble.
Yeah, facts. You a time
so
killer?
Why not have him just be there and he's the, babyface hero because Jinder's the natural heel going at, doing the stereotypical America sucks.
Tui. Do you think that seeing the reaction that Jinder got last week made them go, maybe this is something we can do for our babyface champion?
Could be. Could also be, what else do we got?
Yeah, fair enough. We just went
it's one of those. Sometimes we've all been in there. You've all been in the cupboards. You didn't want to go to the grocery store, or you forgot everything, and you just be grabbing through the pantry. So what the fuck do I got left in here? That's still good past on its expiration date.
Right. As Miz firing away.
Shit was invented because just that shit was just what was left over.
Yeah, it's true. Hopefully Ricky and Bill win. I'm terrified because I think I don't trust Tony to say no to the opposite.
Now, I'll say this, and I do again, we know nothing about the whole situation as Miz right now in control. Is it more of a blatant disregard for everything? Like it's more of like you're going at it if you put the belt on him, then because there's nothing story-wise, there's nothing that justifies that outside of you're doing it because you know what you're doing a little bit.
I think it's in poor taste, and I think it's not reading the room. And again, we saw it. What is
Tony Khan's middle name?
Right, we saw it at World End. Ricky Starks flips him off and tags out. Looks like he doesn't want to wrestle the guy.
Sting
didn't want to celebrate.
Nothing to do with him.
Right? Then people cheer Darby, boo Jericho. And then out of all of that, Sammy Guevara gets the pin. Made no sense. Sammy Guevara getting the pin was the last guy. Like it really, why would Sting not get the win on his retirement tour? He shouldn't have even been in the match, but what the fuck are we doing? So that's what makes me nervous, that Jericho and Sammy could win this. Because I think Jericho and Kenny were going to win it. Jericho was leeching off Kenny.
Shit, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, instead of Le Sex Gods, we've got Le Sex Pests. I'll say shout out Judd. New name. What up?
What up?
Richard, like in 2020, AOP is cross the group now. Who's what now? Oh, I'm assuming they were talking about AOP going to Seth.
AOP sticking with Cross, and it's a good fit.
Do we want to judge at the faction name? Sorry, is baseball slide onto JD, taking out Dom as well.
Can we call him Legion of Cross? Just because of Paul.
Goal Crusher. There it is. 3.
There you go. R-Truth standing there bewildered. Dom gets taken out. Miz takes the gives the skull crushing finale to JD. And as most of us, I think, predicted, Miz gets the W.
I think, and I'll say this now, and so when this happens, you can clip this and replay it. At WrestleMania 40, we're going to get the Awesome Truth versus the Judgment Day for the tag titles.
I think I already said that.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think I threw that out there.
Well, then now you got another chance to clip it.
I'm with you, homie. I agree with that for sure. 2-1, 2-1. I think Dale's 3-0. Larry's 3-0. Miz for the W. Absolutely. There's crisscross. I like it.
I think it's going to be Final Prayer, the thing that was on Cross's shirt when they all debuted.
I'm going to go talk to Pierce for our plans for next week.
Rhea is 100% the leader of this faction.
100%. Damien's not going to talk to Pierce. Finn's not going to talk to Pierce. And Jake the Snake Rollins is in the house.
Now, he skinned whatever snake Jake had and made a shitty tracksuit.
It actually looks like he borrowed it from Jake because it's 2 sizes too big for him.
He borrowed it from Archer.
I won't win the belt. Okay. Never give up on yourself, guy. Have dreams.
Right. All you got to do is believe.
As we head back into commercial, we're getting a little spot here for NXT. Tomorrow night, we will be live as Cora Jade takes on Gigi and a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, again, we will be live for that. We're here for Homecoming on Wednesday. We're here for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We don't stop, folks. We're here all week long. It's going to be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure to chime up the Martian Band as the prettiest partner to the dance here, as we've got Homecoming for AEW happening on Wednesday night as well. We'll have the big football game beforehand against our rivals, you know.
We'll see. But again, folks, the channel that just does it like no one else. There's a lot of people that do this, and shout out to them who try. But we are clicking at a different level.
I like that. Well, we're clicking on levels that even I'm here, and I don't even know the levels we're on here because JJ's saying, Nick, we already talked about them, my guy.
Vitamins, we got to remind them.
All right, vitamins and pauses. Them's the bitches. Them's the breaks.
Right, may affect your short-term memory
or long-term. Just maybe. Memory in general.
Fact. The final prayer. So Jason agrees with you. I think it's gonna be something like that. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna be some biblical ass shit.
Yeah, fall and pray, maybe. I don't know.
That sounds seductive.
Yeah. Provocative.
It's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. R-Truth is not the right fit for Judgment Day. Christian.
That's the point.
Yes, you're correct. You nailed it, my guy. That is absolutely it. It's oil and water. It does not fit.
If no shit, Sherlock was a comment, respectfully.
Big Nick, what about Awesome Truth versus DIY for #1 contender match for the tag titles?
Awesome Truth wins because, especially right now, I don't give a fuck about DIY. Like they have a shitty gimmick, they have a shitty theme song, they have shitty attire. They're nothing. They're a shadow of what they were. Awesome Truth's your momentum, and it ties into where you're going at the end.
Yeah, you're right. Believe that's fun.
You're right. You said it before I did, so you're right.
No, but the DIY thing, you're bang on.
Oh,
With
okay.
even their music, like I said, like, and you just touched on it. Like the minute you hear the song, you're like, "Who's this?" And then they come out, and you're like, "Oh, I used to like them. What happened?" Like
Yeah,
it's just
they're the definition of a you can have that tag team. That's
right,
that's that dish you return back to the kitchen.
right.
This seems undercooked, underdeveloped, underbaked.
This isn't what I ordered.
Well, right. This isn't what I ordered.
Silent but deadly would be a good faction name. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go that route.
For who?
Karen Cross and such.
That's like the fucking workhorseman or something. Silent but deadly.
Vitamins and smoothies. I always say.
Yeah, we're going to pump you up. Yeah. It's amazing.
Right. Question. In your opinion, who can beat Roman? Just curious. Cody Rhodes. That's about it.
Look in my eyes. What
It's
do
not
you
The Rock.
see?
It can't be The Rock.
Oh, it's not. Oh, that it should not be The Rock.
As he's back on my screen, he did legitimately have goosebumps. I think.
Well, I mean, how are you gonna fucking tell? I know that there's 4K and 8K, but
high def, bitch. How long till Andrade returns? They got to fit him in. Got to find a place.
SmackDown.
Smack it down.
Well, I've seen this come out a lot because initially everybody thought he was going to return on Raw, and they're like, "Well, wait, no, hold on.
His wife
works on SmackDown."
Yeah,
Benaki.
Listen, I think it's undeniable, guys, and for better or for worse, sometimes it's for worse, but WWE is definitely more patient and more methodical. Like if let's say they have signed Andrade, Tony, the minute he grabs somebody, throws them out there. Like, hey, even if he doesn't have a plan, he's just like, look what I got. And then, WWE very much of like, we got Jade, but we'll get to it. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I was going to say, for better or for worse, I mean, it's hard to compare that to nothing. There's no patience on the other side. So
none.
Some patience seems worse to no patience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anyone if you ever been around a kid when they got like a new toy or something, they come bursting in the door and they're like, "Look!" That's Tony.
Make you want to smack a kid,
right?
Juan saying, "No, you're good." I just shook my head off my damn neck. What? Pause. The headless now, the headless Boston,
the headless gamer,
the headless gamer. It sounds like a lot of people who are gamers. They're buzz.
Now, there might be some legs to this gender thing because they gave us a replay of The Rock right as Seth comes out.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Juan said second time advertising The Rock. It's technically, I think, third, maybe fourth time advertising The Rock.
Yeah,
it's at least third.
Tyrus the Walrus. Still one of our most viewed clips is us Tyrus. It got like 100 clicks over the last 24 hours. Like it's still
because he's moving that slow that the views are just catching up from watching him fucking actually execute the moves. Then still, hell literally froze over not only just when CM Punk showed up, but when we had Tyrus and Ric Flair on Fox News at the same fucking time.
Right.
Hell froze over.
Okay. Seth getting the crowd going.
And this all goes back to what we've talked. Sorry?
Oh, no, go ahead. I was
going to say this ties back to how we said of how he should have, like when he won the championship, it was the right call. He's now people keep bringing up now how he's passed Roman for defenses, all of that. He's still got the whole crowd chanting right along with him. He can sit there and cut the promo. He's your top babyface to Roman's top heel.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that completely.
Right.
Boo, says one. Burn it down. I think Awesome Truth versus Damian Priest, Finn next week. And Damian destroys our truth. DIY comes in for the save. Okay. Because
Stop
they
trying to make fetch work. Stop trying to make DIY work. It's not going to work right now.
They might have to just send him back down to NXT.
They just got to fucking revamp them. They just take some time off. They just go the fuck away for a little bit, or just, I'd even take, they just show up the next week and are different. Fine.
Yeah.
We didn't like, I don't care enough about you before I forgot about you. So I'll take this now.
Okay. This is the
You
year.
could argue even last year was the year of Seth Rollins as
He
well.
had a phenomenal year, man. He did everything I said he would with that belt, and I'm very fucking happy about it.
Right.
Where's the camera going?
He was spinning and they were spinning and they didn't know. Well, like you said it as two things you've said, as he agrees with what we were just talking about right there. If I took a title that last year didn't exist and made it to one of the most relevant world titles, one of the most relevant titles in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And also, you've mentioned it specifically of how there's every now and then Kevin Dunn's just sitting at home of like, haha, fuckers, you fucked that up. Haha, you fucked up the audio. Oh, where's it? Like you said, where's the camera go? Just
right. Where are we going?
Them little bumps there as the learning process here.
Right. The new guy having some struggles. I mean,
Right.
All right. There's some CM Punk chants happening. Oh no, they're picking up. He's milking it.
Say, well, the longer he sits there and gets quiet, the more they're going to pick up. And he knows what he's doing. Even in those, straight off the sidewalk Versace glasses there that cost him $1, that cost somebody 50 cents.
Oh, Jinder! Yeah, it is! Okay. Jinder, Seth, Rumble. Holy shit.
Don't hinder the gender.
No way. No way, Jose.
No way. No way. No way, Jose.
Like I said, if you were sitting there watching last week's segment, I mean, the guy milked a shit ton of heat. And he always has. I mean, I feel like they did this guy dirty. Vince did. They built him up and they built him up to do, to go overseas. And then they took the belt off him and forgot about him.
Respectfully, as even Seth's out here, who is this man's?
Former world champion, my guy.
Right. Again, he was not, if they weren't trying to do WWE India, he's not a world champion. He's not a former
Which I think is overlooking what he was doing, though, because he was so unexpected and his heel work was great. He's big. He's like, he's a clunky motherfucker. Don't get me wrong.
He's the most forgotten former world champion of all time.
Ooh, I don't know.
Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I don't know, man. I think you got to give this again. I think he was.
I still give him credit for what he does, but it is what it is. I'm sitting there. They dropped the ball with him. No, I think he reached his climax. Pause.
No. I think they could have kept him as like he was getting so much heat, but again, they used him exactly for the tour, and that was all they wanted. And then they took the belt back off him and shoved him back down to nowhere. This was going to happen here.
Halfway benefit of the doubt. If it was Hunter that had started that, he probably would have at least finished it better versus Vince. It was all under Vince. But
I think he gets he doesn't get enough credit for as good for being such a good heel. He was a really good heel. When he beat Randy and everyone was like, what? But he cuts a vicious promo.
He's the best on the mic out of 3MB. Respectfully, I'll put him against Slater, and we saw Drew earlier. Yeah, he's the best on the mic out of the three.
Facts. Yeah, there you go. He gets Shanky and Veer to jump Seth. Dun, dun, dun. I'm in.
I mean, even if you don't do the whole Indian thing, he's Canadian, so he still hates America.
It's facts.
And he's Canadian. He can confirm that.
Right. Jinder is a great heel champion, like a villain. Jinder, let's go. So yeah, look, some love for Jinder.
I still just kind of, and I guess this might be my thing of wish they could move past doing constantly like we've joked of like the 80s, like the almost the hatui of like give him an actual fucking reason outside of just, well, you're not from here, so you hate here.
No, but I mean that's a tale as old as time. Like it's always
Right, and guess
like,
what? The tale's
I
fucking
don't think
tired.
that ever goes away, and I think it plays right into the patriotism of America, of the feeling of a lot of people from outside of America, especially in 2024. I think it plays very well. But
Here I am sounding like a fucking ignorant American. Just stop telling me how much I suck.
right, and it will always work. It worked for Brett. It worked for it worked for the Sheik. It worked for fucking
Like I get it in
Slaughter.
that aspect, but it's one of those, like you said, we've seen it so fucking much.
It's dude. You love Arnold movies.
Low hanging fruit.
You love Arnold movies. You love
Do it.
you love
Yeah,
Stallone movies. It's the same shit, man.
I know.
You need the supervillain from the international supervillain that wants to kill it all, and the American hero.
Like I said, I'm conflicted because of where I was born, and yeah.
I have a feeling that SummerSlam 2024 is going to India. Oh, juicy.
They want to announce that.
Not yet.
You don't just sneak
Oh,
that
you
shit
should
out
know.
there. You just don't just, hey, talent, by the way, prepare to be from Mumbai and waking up at the ass crack of dawn.
There you go. And
Yeah. So
let's
very
see.
much seems like we're setting up like what we were talking about of Seth versus Jinder at the Rumble, which I don't hate.
No, we were talking. You got to give them something to do, right? You got to kill time with some of this.
And if it gives us Jinder back as a regular performer, I don't hate it. And if it get and he could be an upper, he could go Jinder versus Gunther.
Yes. Well, yeah, you'd have to
They're
push.
both kind of heels, or they
have to put.
tag together or something.
Yeah, Jinder would get a little bit. Jinder would, if you wanted Gunther to go more babyface, Jinder would be the guy to push him there.
Or Jay wins, Gunther takes time off, and then we get Jay versus Jinder. Don't hinder the Jinder.
Yes. So it sounds like you're coming around a little more to the.
I don't dislike Jinder. I just don't think that I don't think that there's much potential beyond where he was. Like I'm saying, like he's not going to be the, on your fucking programs, on your, your merch stores, your mugs at the 7-Eleven, a la CM Punk.
Jinder taking out Seth, folks. Send up the Colossus. My only fear with Jinder is do not hurt. Oh! Hey, he
did the straight up like Daffy Duck fall of slid backwards and fell forwards.
He's supposed to know how to skate. That didn't go so well.
Yeah, are you like hated on extra if you're a Canadian who doesn't know how to skate? Like, can you skate before you walk in that country?
Put skate blades on your knees. We get
that's what they give you. They don't give you the little booties when you come out of the womb. Right? They give you the little skates.
When you're super young, you get the little adjustable skates that have 2 blades on it, so you can walk on the ice.
Nakamura out here doing Tai Chi out here from fucking Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
There's fucking Tom Poe in the back, just kicking the pole there.
He's out here fucking Karate Kid.
All right. Question: in your opinion, is ACW kind of like WCW? Well, especially when you say it like that, Jude. Yeah, AEW. Nick, you want to take this one?
I'll just do this. You translate for the listening audience. I'll do it for the viewing audience of
WCW. In many ways, and that's what I kind of love listening to Bischoff, like the ironic hypocrisy.
The guy who was there,
right? Of like, he get, and people are like, he shouldn't say shit. Actually, he's an expert on fucking this shit up. Like, let's listen to him.
If there is a source on fucking shit up in a company, there are 3 names to listen to. They are Dixie Carter, Eric Bischoff, and Vince Russo. Yeah. And Eric Bischoff's the only one that actually seems to have any bit of fucking sense between the 3 of them.
And Otis and Ivar are coming up next. So that shall be interesting. Evil Foreign Heel has been Jinder's stick since the beginning. Yeah, and I mean, again, it's no different than the squeaky clean, the Cody Rhodes, the Hulk Hogan, the Lex Express, the red, white, and blue, brother. Like that will never go away,
America.
right? So it works. And I thought
Like
the
I
same.
said, I get
I
it.
thought that segment
It's
was
just
good.
a little cliche. It's a little cliche.
Very cliche.
Yeah. I love a good street fight. Here's a trivia question: which faction was more dominant in WWE? Evolution from 2003 to 2004, or the Shield from 2012 to 2014?
I'm biased.
Well,
I'm biased.
no. Well, go ahead.
Oh, Evolution's getting my vote 100% of the time against any other faction.
See, I'm
Oh,
gonna just do mass, and so he's given an extra year to one faction versus just a
they
single
lasted
year. So
longer.
I'm gonna do mass, and so you got 2 years. I
Yeah.
would hope you can win more games over 2 years instead of 1 year.
Right. But we are in a pause for the cause, folks. We got more show coming your way. Otis taking on Ivar, one of Nick's favorites in the next match. We still got a main event. Shinsuke and Cody. Do not go anywhere. I'm going to take a pause.
He's gonna go somewhere after he just said don't go anywhere. But you should never go anywhere. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We got anything and everything for your pro wrestling needs. We got everything from the TikToks to the Instagrams to the Twitters to the merch stores. We got anything and everything. We got the Discord. We got everything you need for your pro wrestling life 100%. And like we've said before, we're the wrestling buddies you can't get in your life. And even when we miss your messages in the chat still has their own conversations, amongst each other. We even got people guessing on the previous question we pulled up there of Dale saying Evolution. Eric just randomly thrown out there NWO, but Richard, yes, 100%. Coming up next out of this commercial break, we got them big beefy boys slapping meat paws. Very much like how I've said that the Monday Night Raw division has become respectfully kind of the hoss of the thicker than a Snickers division. I'll put it that way. For the ladies, it's very much become the powerhouse division, minus the Hobbs or a book, I guess. When it comes to the mid card of Monday Night Raw, where you've got Jonah, you've got Otis, you've got Ivar, you've still even Christ. I'd classify Gunther as beefy boy slapping me. I mean, he's definitely the one doing the slapping. Pause. But I'm gonna just call you Fortnite, or maybe John Cena. But yo. Original main event Mafia or Evolution. Are we just guessing or picking factions now, or where's the answer for this question that Christian asked? Or was it Christian that asked, or Ronan who asked it? I need the answer. I need to know. You can't just throw out a trivia question, never follow it up. But if we're picking just factions out of those two, main event Mafia versus the Evolution, 100% it's Evolution. Main event Mafia was great, but great within TNA and great with a little bit of the comedy that kind of came out of it unintentionally, like with Booker T with respect. I still quote that. But yeah, it's have to be Evolution. But I guess any other wrestling questions you got out here as we're in commercial break 6, 7 or so right now. So far, Monday Night Raw, it's done nothing so far from the show of gain momentum. I won't say it started out hot out of the gate, but it has continuously gained momentum and picked up momentum throughout the show. So we're getting an announcement about, or a video about how Backlash will be in France on Saturday, May 4th, and SmackDown will actually take place from France as well. So much like when they went to Puerto Rico this past year, we're getting the SmackDown and Backlash from the same arena. So we've got Otis, Maxine, and Tozawa in the ring as what was the random fucking pirate music that they were just playing? I literally thought they had changed up Ivar's music because they started playing, Pirates of the Caribbean here. As I've got Ivar coming out here with Valhalla. And I mean, I mean, I don't know. I was half weaving in my brain of like, I get where this could be going. I get where this could work. I kind of, there's parts of me that don't hate it, pause, but there's parts of me that, this feels like, Berserker or fucking the Barbarian out here. Of like, I just need like, huss, huss, huss. This, I don't know where the seriousness to me needs to come from, but it feels like it's lacking in that, much like we talked about with Shinsuke, who will be in the main event taking on Cody. I think he's finally become serious. And I know everyone's going to be like, well, he was serious in NXT. Yeah, but he was still with the thrusting, with the hipping and the bipping and the bopping. And I can't fully knock when Nakamura was in NXT, but he seemed like the biggest threat to the main event scene of the main roster with what Nakamura is doing right now. But let me know who you're taking, folks, in this battle of the big beefy boys here in this ham hock heavyweight collision here between Otis and Ivar. I guess I got to take Otis just because I want to see the worm pose, and I've been bashing the Hot Topic Raiders here for a hot minute. I want to see Reed interfere in this match. So, yeah, so then we just get even more of, the big beefy boys. We got to do that. They've reinforced the ring. I'm waiting for them to pull back that spot here at some point to where, somebody hits a power slam and the fucking ring buckles. As Otis just randomly hits a picture perfect back elbow and then just cuts to dancing. Otis for the win. I'm going with Tree Trunk Otis. Ivar for the win. If I could, why is it not clicking? There, click the things. Ivar for the win. Vikingo for the W. Otis for the win. Triple A, we are back from commercial break. So see, even when you don't have a car stuck on the roadside, Triple A is 100% there to help you out and let you know we're back from commercial break. Otis for the win, says Damien. With Reed, that's 1,000 pounds. Yeah, that's a metric ton right here. Otis firing up. Got Ivar for the win, says Dale. Christian, who thinks the ring is going to implode between Otis and Ivar? Two go. He literally caught this man midair on a springboard kind of back body splash and just slammed him down. No, if they're going to do the ring buckle spots like what was it, Big Show? It's either Big Show, Mark Henry, or maybe Mark Henry was involved. Yeah, or Big Show, Brock Lesnar, or Mark Henry. I think they've done it twice. But yeah, if they do that, I think you do it when you have Bronson Reed. I was trying not to call him Jonah. I don't know why I'm getting stuck on, names that people aren't using anymore tonight. But yeah, that's when you do that. If you've got all the big beefy boys, you got a triple barricade, reinforce the ring, everything with that. Lesnar, Big Show, and Henry Show. So I was right. I named all three people that were involved in that just a little awkwardly. So we're getting a worm. Pause. And the little hit. Who hits the worm better? That's a poll. That's a question that needs to be asked. Who hits the worm better? Pause. Otis or Scotty Too Hottie? The originator or, I guess, the beefinator, the baconator here. Oh, they did it again with Strowman. God damn. So they just did it every time with the Big Show with fucking Paul White. Evolution on the other were an update of the Four Horsemen of the group of past, present, and future stars and one every. So, Ronan, did you answer your question and now we're just giving me half the question here? The shoe were known for that. All right, man's giving a whole breakdown of his whole question. I was expecting a simple group answer, yes or no, but you can have that. Otis is the baconator of every move. Facts. Moonsault off the top rope from Ivar for a 3 count onto Otis, and boy, do I look. Hey, Ivar's actually got a little bit of a busted up nose here. You know what? Screw it. I'll start to try and get behind Ivar here. Man can still move like a fucking 185-pound man for being as big and beefy paws as he can be. As I say that, as he just says, I'm big, little man. So as I'm saying, I want to try and get behind this man, he gives me a big old reason not to. But good match for, again, two big beefy boys slapping meat paws, and two guys that move way more athletic than they should. I respectfully want to say Bam Bam Bigelow might be at least a little bit proud here. But so Ivar picks up the win. I said I was going to try and get behind this man, and I'm already regretting this decision because it looks like he's setting up for him going at Tozawa, and terribly, I feel like that's going to be where they have Tozawa sneak up a win on him here. Jey Uso needs to respectfully stop wearing this blurred yeet shirt because, especially as a man who partakes in vitamins, I have to time question whether it's me or it's his t-shirt at this point. Granted, I get that they double dip on the merch and everything like that, but just wear the regular yeet shirt. You fought to have the yeet. Why do we keep wearing the blurred one? Damn, I thought it was the vitamins, but should have, yeah, exactly. Yeet, yeah. 100%. This man's coming out here straight up in the blurred yeet shirt. Just wear the regular one. And hey, I don't mind this. If Jey Uso, speaking of something I don't mind, that's the nicest transition I could do.
I'll accept that.
Right, but we've got, after your boy Ivar picked up the win on Otis, but now we've got Bronson Reed squaring up to Jey Uso. We've talked about Jey Uso potentially going at Gunther here. It looks like Jey Uso's sliding and slotting into the IC division here.
Very interesting. And I mean, Bronson, interesting. Not expected, but Bronson can use a match like this. And Jey needs somebody that he can go over and convincingly and be okay. I like it.
I think it'll be really great because Jay's obviously got to work with the bigger guy, and it's Bronson not only working with bigger guys. And I think Jey can still hold his mantle on when he beats, and I'll say this now, when he beats Gunther and breaks the longest reigning IC title reign. Now I got something to go at you, Tribal Chief. Now I came back. I was the main event. I went over to Monday Night Raw, and I made my own I planted my flag. Even if it was blurry.
It's a blurry flag, but we all love it. As we head into another commercial break. But yeah, no, that's very intriguing. I like what they're setting up there. And again, it's kind of what we talked about last week. I mean, again, not everything's a 5-star banger segment, but every segment kind of has something of value. Like everything's bringing something to the table.
It seems like it's picked up momentum the whole way, and that's what you would respectfully kind of want. Normally with Monday Night Raws, and granted at times you do still want to start off hot, but it started off hot and then it'll teeter out in the middle and then it'll pick up on the back end. This started off slow on the start and has done nothing but gain momentum, I feel, the whole way through.
And I actually thought the start was okay. Like I kind of liked the start. So I was pretty content with start on.
There you go.
Right. And I get why we might vary on that. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, but yeah, I think, the show, from segment to segment's been solid.
Right. Well, WWE leaks what up? Cody wins because of Jey. I like that we're just seeing all the new names pop up. I find this one interesting. Of Joe Wright says Jericho has tarnished his legacy more than Hulk Hogan did.
More than is a tough one for me. And maybe my answer to that, Joe, is not yet. But he's well on his way. I mean, Hogan has had more years at it in Hogan's defense. But similarly, Hogan not willing to give up the belt, not willing to put young guys over, being a leech. He wasn't originally planned to be in the NWO, but it was like, wait a minute, brother, that's money. I got to be there. And it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked, but then it went too long. We of course got, the debacle that was Jeff Jarrett, and Hogan, and then all the other shit that happened after Hogan's retirement. The love sponge, the racism, all that bullshit. So Jericho's on his way, and if more and more stories about him being a dick in real life, yeah, he's going to be Hogan. We call him Jared Hogan for a reason.
Right. Not to be confused with Kiera Hogan, who 100%, I will back that wagon any day. You're working with him. But I will say this: Hogan stuff's been more proven. Jericho right now is speculation, skeptical speculation. It's hearsay. It's not exactly fully founded. And again, we don't know either way. It's the narrative that's going that way. Hogan's stuff has all been pretty much proven.
Yeah, we had video recordings of some of Hogan's indiscretions and bullshit and problems. But I mean, again, oh look, next week, Seth versus Jinder.
So not at the Rumble next week, or do we do a rematch?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, we'll see where this goes. I mean, could it be a case of
shut up?
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
R-Truth and The Miz. So the Awesome Truth taking on Finn and Damian Priest. We spoke it part of the way into existence.
Right. Well, Rhea Ripley was going to talk to Pierce. I guess this was part of their plan.
Yeah, but the titles aren't on the line. Well, and then we've got DIY versus Dirty Dom and JD McFunko Pop.
Which this works because, again, we saw, Ciampa get the pin tonight. They don't get thrusted.
That graphic for the ring general,
really good, man. And now Gunther's getting the return graphic.
Everyone gets the Roman treatment. You get a return graphic, and you get a return graphic.
Okay,
bro. Next week is already stacked, and we haven't even finished up tonight.
Yeah. And now we're going into the package, setting up the street fight main event.
Forgot this was a street fight.
Right. Seth versus Jinder. Seth wins. Someone returns. All right. All right. We'll see. We'll test that out next week. We'll be here live. You come back, Leaks, and we'll talk about it.
Braun.
Oh, could you imagine?
Be the only one.
Well, I mean, again, keep in mind the Veer and Sangha are still in the wings. So does that play into this? Does Seth need help?
I mean, are you going to count that as a return? If you count that as a return,
but I wonder if they would do something where, Seth is outnumbered, and does someone like Punk help? Maybe
hell no.
I don't know.
I like the whole cut to live action, cut to anime.
Yeah,
everything, the visuals with this is really stepped up.
I love the graphic comic feel, the anime feel with it. I think it's great. Veer returns next week. See, Keyshawn, you're thinking what I'm thinking.
He finally got a working GPS again.
Right? Yeah, right. He's just slapping the building. Let me in.
He's doing the Jericho to where he's trying to sell that the door's locked and someone actually opens the door.
Right. Gone are the days of no raw plans ahead of time. Yeah, no, I agree. No ripped up scripts. No, everything's, and we see what they're doing, even with Kofi tonight. Kofi and Ludwig, you see Ludwig get the receipt and then tell the audience very emphatically why he did what he did to Kofi. It all blends. It all clicks. It all adds up.
We are getting the World Wrestling Cinematic Universe right now. 100%.
I like that. Hopefully by the time that Gunther can drop the title and go for a World Heavyweight Championship. I agree with Christian on this. I think he's done great things with the IC belt, and he would be great to chase and challenge and win a championship, a world championship at some point.
Or agreed on that, or to find a way to make it work of Gunther versus Roman in a Warrior Hogan type match?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know it's a bit of a stretch. You might pull
Yeah,
your
I'd be
back out,
curious how
reach
they
and get
they
that
get
in the
there.
cupboard, but yeah.
As Shinsuke Nakamura coming out.
Pause.
Joe. Yeah, no, that's I agree. You know what I mean? I hate comparing the negatives of people, but at the end of the day, I mean, Jericho hasn't eclipsed the OG. He was the best of times and the worst of times of the one gentleman.
Yeah, it's amazing how Jericho predicted that the list of 1,004 holds was just more the list of 1,004 wrestling a-holes.
Yeah. No, that's I mean, that gets debated to this day. His little brother Juan wants to know what's better, WrestleMania 17 or 28? 28, I believe.
17.
17? I like
17
18 better
is
than
the goal
17.
of WrestleManias.
Yeah, I like 18 better than 17.
I have to do this, Rock. I have to beat you. I'm
Yeah,
doing things my way. It's my way on the highway.
you just convinced me that I was right the first guess. Um,
Yeah,
didn't the last time Strowman returned, he killed the whole tag team division? Eventually, yeah, he did. He wiped everybody out.
that was 2 returns ago, I think.
Might have been two. Last time Braun came back, he like blew up the internet. Like it was such a big deal. He blew up the channel here. Like
Yeah, you were here live for it when he just
were
showed up
jazzed.
fucking sperm of the moment there.
Ah, it was a record-breaking Raw coverage. Braun does return in 2024. I think so. Maybe not as soon as Rumble, but I think he's close.
I would like to see it. I hope it. I hopefully like to see Big E return in 2024. I just don't know, especially when it's a lot of neck fusion shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate.
Well, I was just part of me had that theory when you were on your pause earlier of
Right.
now, Kofi sits on the shelf for a little bit and then returns with both of his friends to take on a 3-man faction.
Not bad at all. That's not bad. Well, I saw some people say or speculate about online of, does WWE do a trios division? Because now you've got the Lowo, you've got Legato, you've got Bobby and the Prophets, you've got Cross and the AOP. Yeah,
I hate it. It makes me cringe though.
I know. Don't do it. Don't. Too many belts as it is. Don't do enough. Don't do more.
Yeah, no, I don't love it. But yeah,
it could happen.
Book your tag team division better first, and then let's talk about it.
Thanks. Iman saying Big E shows up in the Rumble.
That'd be huge.
Does he almost have to win it though if he shows up and WWE Universe? And then who's the one that is the asshole that dumps him out?
Right. But I also think that if Big E physically can't go, there is enough personality to bring him in and have him around and have him involved. For sure.
Right. Still got WWE links. Sinister Vanity.
What's up?
Shout out. I think I know you. What
up? Cody Rhodes, how you doing? Ronan picking Cody. Yeah, we will take a prediction on the main event. Cody or Shinsuke. Who wins the street fight?
Well, before I pause, I'll throw it up one more time because Cody just responds to signs and everything. So again, Cody, you know how to get at us. All the links and everything are below 100%. I know you answer signs. So if you ignored his sign or if you answered his sign, why won't you answer mine?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Right.
All right, Nick, taking a pause for the cause. We are rolling along in a commercial break, setting up the main event here tonight. Got more coming your way, folks. Don't forget, we are back all week long. We got NXT tomorrow. We're going to be here for Homecoming on Wednesday. Interesting show. We'll see how that lines up. Thursday, we will be back at it. Friday, we got the doubleheader. Saturday, we got a doubleheader. We actually got a quadruple header, but the main focus is 2 shows. But lots coming your way. We're in WrestleMania season, technically. Can't wait for Rumble. Can't wait for all the other shows coming along. It's going to be a fun time, folks. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And we continue to grow, and we appreciate it. We really, really do. But with all that being said, JV talking to Dale. I'm not currently watching, but I wanted to say hi. Well, hello, hello, hello. We appreciate it. We really do. Naka's entrance music is currently my fave. I think it's great. I was mad when they changed it, to be honest. And then when they added Boogs, it was a waste of time. The fact that we've got here now and it's solid, I'm happy. I'm really happy about it. Dom Dumb's Big E. Holy shit. That man's got enough heat already. But yeah, possibly. Let's go for it. Cody Rhodes for the win makes sense. Nakamura. Cody Rhodes needs a win at WrestleMania this year. I think that's the consensus. And I mean, will we get it just because we expect it? Maybe not. But man, if you don't, what are you going to do? Like, if you keep, like, at some point, this has got to pay off, right? The never ending story, as we joke. KJ and Nick, you see the new matches TK announced. I have not. Well, what are the new ones? Let me know in the chat so I don't have to look it up. But I know he was adding some stuff. I know there's an 8-woman tag match has been added to Dynamite. Very interesting. Very eclectic group of women. But let's go. We'll see where that goes. The 8-person tag match has probably been a little overdone over the last couple of weeks by Tony, but we will talk about that on Wednesday. But if there's any other ones out there, Jason, let me know. Let me know. As Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring, I'm picking Cody. Excellent, excellent. That froze my shit. Be a friend, stop a friend. Got Cody for the win. Yeah, I'm leaning Cody. I'm leading Cody. Damien says we got an 8-woman tag match just added to AEW between. Oh wait, no, I did not see this one. 8-man tag match between Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Gates of Agony versus OC, Dustin Rhodes, Adam Copeland, and Preston Vance. Wait, what? Why? Like, is this just the punch bowl match? Like, what are we doing here? Preston, I thought was a heel. I thought, what the hell did I do? I paused my shit by accident. There we go. Gates of Agony, I love. Lance Archer, I'm a huge fan of. Brian Cage, I can, he feels a little Ryback-ish to me at times. OC, Dustin Rhodes, Adam Copeland. Okay. I'll call that the Yahtzee match. Just roll the dice and see what names pop up. Wow. Very interesting. I'll be here live for it. But Cody can't take another loss. Yeah, I don't think he goes anywhere near else. Unless there's a really good reason, it's hard to give Cody losses. Raw's back on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And there's the pyro. While we wait for the commercial at the moment, the Wolverines are still up 2013. So that hasn't changed at all over the last quarter. 50-50 on this match. I like both, but didn't Naka win last time. So I got Cody. I thought Cody won last time, actually. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, Larry, but I think Cody holds the victory in this one. That's why I was a little surprised we ran it back. I say Roman Reigns at Rumble to go to WrestleMania, then loses to Cody or Rock. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I say Roman Reigns at Rumble to go to WrestleMania. Yeah, well, I mean, my theory's been Punk wins Rumble, Cody wins Chamber, Cody goes after Roman, Punk goes after Seth, and we'll see how the rest of the pieces fall out. Adrenaline. I love the something smokable. That's adorable, C Money. But the main event is on. We'll see how this goes. Remember, Nakamura attacked Cody earlier tonight already. Oh, drop down right hand out of the gate, folks. And if you haven't made a prediction yet, let me know. Sometimes the predictable is good. There's nothing wrong with predictable. And again, you can't have everything be unpredictable. It's all how you get there, right? It's like your favorite movies, guys. The 9 times out of 10, the good guy is going to win at the end of the movie. It's how do we get there? Can you make it compelling? Can you make it convincing? But right away, we're down the ramp and we're in the entrance way. Cody coming out. There we go. The American Nightmare. Cody for the win, says JJ. An 8-woman tag match for Dynamite. A lot of women. So we did 2 8-person tag matches at World's End, neither one of which were good. And now on Dynamite, we're going to do 2 8-person tag matches, probably back to back. Let's hope they're not they are all right. I mean, whoo, I don't know. A lot of women, but no build. Why are the heels helping each other? And why is Anna Jay on the face side? But why? We will be here Wednesday night live to talk about it all, Richard. I don't get it. I don't understand it. People are trying to convince me that it's great. And I'm sorry. I mean, me being critical is not a negative wrestling fan. I just don't get it. I don't understand. How did we get here? And I don't get that match. And again, to book 2 8-person matches because you're back at Daly's place makes no sense. To me, it's shove everybody in so you can get as many people TV time as possible. Bothers me. Whoa. Vitamins in my soul. Got it, Larry. Love it. TK booking is just throw a dart at the board. Yeah, it's literally like fucking pick names out of a hat. Like, I don't get the purpose for it. And that's what I want out of AEW and Tony is give me some purpose. That's all I'm asking for. Is what is the reason for this 8-person match? How did it come to be? Why are we doing it? Who's going to get built up after it? And Shinsuke gets a broom and rides it around the ring. All right. JV, KJ, realistically speaking, I know SummerSlam 24 isn't coming to India. I agree with you on that this year, but can you imagine WWE event in Narendra Modi? You just said that to fuck with me. Cricket Stadium. Yeah, I mean, yes. Listen, and I used to do a good amount of work with the Indian fan base and WWE India once upon a time. There is absolute diehard fans. Kayfabe is alive and well in a lot of those nations overseas. Yeah, I mean, why not? If you could sell 132,000 tickets and fill the place, fucking do it. Do it. AEW has had a lot of good things over the years, but lately Tony has really been more of the matchmaker than booker. Yeah, I mean, again, not to get too AEW heavy during this main event, which we are in a commercial break, folks. Cody, Shinsuke, the match is on. Shinsuke's in control. When AEW started, it was on fire. I started this channel. I started going on Instagram. I started going on Twitter to defend AEW. That's how this all started. If you go back in the archives, when we started, we would do power rankings at the end of every week, and AEW, Dynamite was the number 1 show. Dynamite was the number 1 show. Raw sucked horribly sucked. SmackDown hit and miss. Every once in a while, it would be the best show of the week. NXT got all colorful. It was upsetting. AEW was murdering it. And it's just like Tony either has too much on his plate, doesn't know any better, ran out of good ideas, or is listening to too many of the wrong people. And I think if you look at the homecoming card now, again, it's just you do the same shit. A lot of the fans out there who boycotted WWE was they repeat shit too much. They do too much of the same thing. Doesn't mean anything. 50-50 booking. I would argue that has currently become Tony Khan's style. Like Tony Khan is more like Vince McMahon than Triple H is like Vince McMahon. And I would dare anybody to argue with me on that. I want AEW to succeed. I thought Jericho as the champion in the beginning was a great idea, a great way to run it, what you should have done. But here we are 4 years later, and you're still putting Jericho in the title picture. You're not giving purpose. You're just, Sammy Guevara is a heel, then goes away, comes back. He's a baby face. Who cares? Give him the pin. Sting's there on a retirement tour and is being overshadowed by Flair, being overshadowed by Jericho. None of it. The last 2023 has not been a good year for AEW. And I would sit down and argue with anybody. And that's not coming from, AEW is not as good as WWE. If you ignore it, if WWE did not exist and you only look at AEW's catalog, World's End was one of the worst pay-per-views they ever put on. Let's be real. It really was. So I get the fans out there, the diehards, that no matter what AEW does, it's golden. Oh my God, that's amazing. Fine. If you want to be blind, be blind. Just walk into the walls. Have fun with it. But as a fan of the company, as a guy that came back to wrestling because of the company, I want better. And it's got worse. It just really has. And I'm hoping for improvement. They don't have another pay-per-view till Revolution. In the meantime, WWE is going to sell out Tropicana Field. They're going to sell out Perth, Australia. They're going to head to Mania. Tony's getting his ass kicked in every regard right now. Bad press, losing, more wrestlers out than in. You tell me, convince me otherwise, guys. Raw's cooking tonight. What am I missing? I can take that. Come on, Cody, go light on this guy. We're back from commercial break. Shinsuke still in control, but misses a knee drop. Long-term booking, definitely. KJ, what was your favorite match of tonight? Clarify, AJ, help me on that one. Cody for the win, making him 15-time. Listen, I want Randy Orton to get 2 more title runs. I really do. Even if one's a day, I don't care. Give Randy Orton 2 belts. He deserves it. We got a kendo stick. Cody misses. And Shin setting up Cody on the top rope. Very interesting. True. I like True. Yes. Big knee from Nakamura. Dun, dun, dun. Big fight feel. I like it, and I agree. Gets belts at SummerSlam. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if Roman eventually gets away from that's why I'm kind of started to advocate for Roman losing the belt sooner than later. I hope it's at Mania. If it's not, it's got to be soon. Just because I would like to see Orton with a belt. I'd like to see LA Knight really get a chance at it, and in a match that you believe he can win. AJ Styles looks like he's refreshed and ready to go, but they're all just stagnant. They become stagnant, just floating under Roman at times. So I would love to see Randy win a belt and then lose it and then win it again. I would love to see him with 17, 18 title. I'd rather see Orton with the title than Flair, or the record, than Flair or Cena. Cody won with disqualification. Yes, that sounds right, Marvin. Cody for the W. CM Punk is still champ. That's a fact. We joked about how funny would it have been if he showed up with the belt, but clearly that wasn't going to happen. My hometown. Shout out Little Rock. Boom, boom, boom. Nick, that one, Damian announced that random 8-man tag match. TK announced. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get the booking. Shinsuke looking for a half crab. There you go. Big fight feel. I agree. KJ, not sure. Long-term booking. Not sure by who, but yes. I want to see Anna Jay more on TV. Yeah, I mean, again, a beautiful woman, talented. Seems like she, gets it and wants to work hard. But you got to get her reps. You got to get her bumps. You got to get her in there. Cody grabs the kick and eats it in Seguri. Oh. Forearm off the ropes. Cody firing up. Golden Vampire should win the Royal Rumble. Do it. Let's go. I'm very interested in Ricky Starks versus Sammy Guevara and Claudio versus Hangman Adam Page. Yeah, you know what? I have very little interest in Claudio versus Page. Again, it's like bland on bland. I don't get it. I love Claudio. I think he's been booked better in AEW overall than he was in WWE outside of the bar. But Adam Page doesn't tickle my fancy. And why is Adam Page fighting Claudio? He just came out trying to fight Swerve, but he's mad at Samoa Joe and he's mad at the Devil's henchmen. And none of it makes sense. None of it connects. I don't get why it's happening. Sammy versus Ricky Starks, I get why that's happening. Sammy's probably going to get the pin, guys. And we got a table. Crowd goes wild. Where do you think SummerSlam will be this year? I'm curious. I really am. Part of me thinks it's going to be somewhere. It will be in the States. You're definitely going to keep it. I imagine they keep it local. With everything else international going on, I think you could get, I don't know, we're somewhere they haven't been in a hot minute. They're going South Florida. It was in Detroit last year, correct? Wow, Nakamura with nunchucks. Napoleon Dynamite out here swinging the chucks. Dream match: Cody Rhodes versus Rock versus Roman versus Shin. That's definitely a dream. Loaded match. Ladder match on Raw was late 2021. Fatal 4-way, number one contender for WWE title. SmackDown ladder match was October 2019. Shane versus Kevin Owens. All right. Cody's back up, getting the production crew to move out of the way. Grabs a chair. How about the Wrestling for Life Network interview Tony Khan? We, the family, should request. Listen, if y'all want to do us a favor, just start tagging them. I've tagged them. I've DM'd them. I've emailed them. I've tried to be there at the press conference. And the timekeeper gets juice. Holy shit! The timekeeper's got juice. Never mind the wrestlers. True. CM Punk has returned dog shit. Larry had to go, Jacob. Larry had to go. What can you do? At least he picked it up and returned it. Maybe it's the Yankees or Mets Stadium. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I could see something like that. I imagine it's going to be big no matter what it is, guys. I really do. Yeah, New York's might be a decent show. Interesting. SummerSlam, Arthur Ashe. Let's go. Put 25,000 people in there. Pack it. As we go back to commercial break, and anyone just tuned in, Cody and Shinsuke going toe-to-toe. Street fight is hot and heavy. The timekeeper just got busted open. So who fuck saw that coming? Anna needs to do some indie shows. Again, we talk about it, guys, and this is me as a positive fan that wants the best for the company. They got to turn Ring of Honor into developmental. It's on your Honor Club app. Rampage could be utilized as a Ring of Honor time slot, and that you can use to develop the up-and-coming talent. The Anna Jays, the Billy Starks, the Dante Martins. There's a lot of young quality talent. I'm not taking anything away from the potential talent that some of the people have in AEW. Even a Sky Blue, she's so new that she's already turned heel, and she's going to phase out. 6 months from now, 8 months from now, Sky Blue is going to be an afterthought because other women are going to get involved, and you pushed her too hard, too fast, and kind of beyond where she is. You need somewhere to harness this talent. Let the talent grow. But then when you put them on Dynamite, less botches, less injuries, less people getting hurt, which would be less injuries. Thanks, KJ. But yeah, I mean, that would be my take on it. As right now, I'm still in commercial break. We got about 10 minutes still on the clock, my guys. Nunchucks. WWE shows can feel formulaic. I think WWE would benefit from making vignettes, that venture out of the different settings, that entrance, that enhance the character, just any other setting except dark background lighting. Formulaic, yeah, you're not wrong, AJ, 100%. Like even like everybody kind of hanging out backstage, not facing each other in conversation. You got Roman doing it in the Bloodline, and there's so many of them have like the fog machine going, like Judgment Day. Like, where are you hanging out in the arena that you got purple lights and fog? I think there's a better way to present it, but I understand what they're doing. I don't love it. It does get a little formulaic. I would argue, and maybe you would agree or disagree with me on this, but I would argue that recent WWE less formulaic, breaking things up. Even this match with Cody and Shinsuke, the build to it, using the anime, using the animation to give it a different feel, a different vibe. I think it's improved for sure. Raw should stay on USA potentially. I don't know if USA can afford them after going after SmackDown. That becomes the problem, right? It's all about this, guys. The Rhodes family deserves a biopic. I would love that. Let's go. He got missed, not juice. I'm so dumb. I looked away for a second. Damn, 6 years ago. Meltzer is an AEW simp. That's why Meltzer's an idiot. Meltzer just talks out of his ass, and actually, guys, I've done so many Meltzer rants. I'm not going to do one now. I'm going to watch this match as Shinsuke gets thrown in the chair, and I was wrong. The timekeeper is not bleeding. He was misting. There you go. What did Money say? You got to love when they bring them. Yeah, I mean, the amount of things that are stored under wrestling rings nowadays is amazing. Really, really amazing. Both men going back and forth. That's so funny that I thought he was bleeding. It would have been better if he was bleeding. Why wouldn't TK book Adam Page against one of the Undisputed Kingdom? Fact. He should have had Adam demand a match with one of them during his I missed my flight while I'm upset promo. 100%. And again, you're so mad at the Undisputed Kingdom that you went and picked a fight with Swerve again. Help me understand. And yes, people are going to say, well, there's history there. And, Swerve went to his house and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all are making Swerve work backwards. Keith Lee, Adam Page are guys that he put to bed. He's got to move forward. He's got to climb the ladder. And Page has a genuine beef with the. I even said it. You have the Bullet Club come out, and they're mad. 4 against 3. Well, we need one guy to balance this out. Adam Page comes running out 4-on-4. Now we look beautiful. But that's not how it was booked. Baby faces end up outnumbering the heels 6-on-4, and Page shows up and picks a fight with Swerve again. Help me. Am I being picky? As Nakamura's got Cody on the table. Oh. Shinsuke with the knees through the table from the top. Kick out by Cody. Roman gets fight for people. Now I'm going for Randy Orton. Yeah, okay. I would love Randy Orton. You heard what I said already about that. There you go. Hashtag. There you go. We've challenged. We challenged Ryback. We challenged Tony Khan. We've done interviews. If you guys don't know that, it's in the archive below. We've done a bunch of interviews. We're bringing back interviews in 2024. And yeah, I've challenged. Just Tony says he's about the fans. And I would love to have a conversation from a fan perspective. When you tell me World's End was great, explain it to me as a fan. And I'll explain to you why, as a fan, I struggle to believe you and agree with you. That's all. That's all. Joe Black, welcome. Shinsuke setting up the table. More tables, more fun. Wins the championship at Mania. I want to see in that crowd. I guess you're talking about Cody, perhaps. Maybe. I don't know. 10 years to WrestleMania 50. Oh boy. Let's get through 40, my guy. It's officially a street fight. It's been a street fight for sure. Finally, blood is back. Yeah, Shinsuke's I thought he had a bloody mouth, but he doesn't. He has a misty mouth. KJ, World's End was worth $38.50 of $50. No, it wasn't. If you could do that, I would have maybe given it 20. There wasn't a lot. I mean, what am I going to pay? Why would I pay $40 out of 50 for a show that had 2 good matches? Pause my bet. What's up, CX? Something feels different about WWE. Is the PG rating gone? No, it's not gone. And again, I don't know how strapped to the PG rating they are. Again, you're not getting, guys gouging their foreheads out and gushing everywhere. But again, up the intensity, up the rivalries, and then a rivalry calls for a street fight. It's heated, they hate each other. Let's brawl, right? Cody with a super kick. Locking it in. Pedigree! Cody with a pedigree! Cody just said, real wood, cry me a river. I said I'm wanting to go to SmackDown for Comic-Con for a while. Hey, I don't blame you. Is Goldust under the ring? I hope so. No, he's getting ready for his 8-man tag on. After, remember, they broke his ankle with a cinder block, and then he fought a match, and now he's back on Wednesday. A-okay. No, don't worry. It's only a cinder block. Fuck, what damage could a cinder block do? Street fight should happen backstage. Not necessarily. I don't totally agree with that, Mega. Cody Cutter! We got it too. As long as it's chaos, you can do it anywhere. But yeah, by definition, street. But I get you. But nah, I'm okay with it. I think Meltzer knows some stuff, but absolutely nothing that guy says is gospel. And people should. No, I don't believe that Meltzer has the sources he claims to have. I don't think people in the WWE talk to him as much as he claims they do. I think a lot of times, and he has a track record for 2 years now, maybe 3, of being completely and utterly wrong time after time after time after time. Again, truthfully about Meltzer, to keep it short and sweet, because I'm watching a really good main event, is the man is full of shit and should be embarrassed of his behavior. Big miss off the roll up. Oh, spinning heel kick. Nakamura. Cody dodges Nakamura through a table. He who sets it up goes through it, folks. Paige is boring as shit. Crossroads! It's over! And still your American nightmare. Cody Rhodes. 5-0. Big night for Larry. 2-minute warning. AOP. There you go. Still got about a minute on the clock. We'll see if we're just going to enjoy Cody and move on. Oh, man. Paul, I'm with you. That almost upsets me. I mean, I understand Seth does it because it was like handed to him. I don't love people doing the pedigree. I hate people kicking out of it. But the one that bothers me the most is the tombstone. To me, the tombstone should be like the number 99 in hockey. Nobody's allowed to be 99 in hockey. That is retired. I think the tombstone is the same way. When I watch 2 or 3 tombstones in the same match and they get kicked out of, it bothers me. It's just fake, KJ. Nah, I don't give a shit. It's ridiculous. But that is the end of the show, folks. If you're new here, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every show. I see some ratings pouring in. What did you like about Raw tonight? What did you hate about it? How did you feel overall? I personally thought it cooked pretty fucking good tonight. Again, was it a barn burner? Maybe not, but it was cooking. 5-0, 5-0. Why does Dave Meltzer give death? Because he's sucking up. Guys, it is public knowledge that he gets phoned and harassed when he gives certain people lower star ratings. So when they have a garbage fucking match, a horrible fucking match, he still gives it a good rating. Oh, I got to, because Jericho's going to give me shit. It's pathetic. Dave Meltzer should be embarrassed. If I ever come on here and behave the way Dave Meltzer behaves over at The Observer, just stop following me. Stop subscribing. Go somewhere else. You deserve better as fans. And the people that are paying money to be part of the Wrestling Observer, why? Why? Because he holds a narrative that makes you feel good and warm and fuzzy? I don't know. I think he's hurting AEW more than he's helping it. But back to WWE. I enjoyed tonight. I thought a lot of it was good. I didn't mind Drew and Punk. I didn't expect it. I thought some of Drew's stuff fell a little flat, but I thought, not bad, not bad. I want to see more out of Drew. I've been asking for Drew to be more heelish, more. I just can't take it anymore. And we haven't gotten that yet. Even tonight, the melancholy Drew is starting to bother me more and more each week, but not a bad segment. And then I thought the show rolled on. I thought the tag match was fun. Ivar and Otis was all right. It was two big men, had a decent match. Teasing Bronson Reed and Jay's not too bad at all. Yeah, I think a lot happened tonight. That was all right. Shinsuke kicking out of the pedigree. No, I don't love it. I admit that. Paige is boring and Swerve is a rocket that's already blown by Paige. Again, we saw it with Wardlow. We saw it with Eddie originally. We've seen it with, who else have we seen it with? Seen it with a lot. And I mean, I heard Bischoff say, everybody's excited about the idea of Sasha Banks going to debut on Wednesday. But for all the big names that sign with AEW that were like, oh my God, this person's going to change the game, people freaked out about Adam Copeland, and it hasn't moved the needle. This is going to be on Tony. If Tony wants to brag he has the best roster in all of wrestling, then you got to put on the best shows in wrestling, or else it's the booker's fault. 4-1, yeet. Cody wins. There you go. 4-1. Great street fight. Yeah, I enjoyed the main event. I thought the main event was solid. 3-1. American Nightmare lives. 7 out of 10. Can't rate this higher than an 8. I did last week. Fair enough. I'm right there with you. I think I'm going to go 7.5. I'll give a little Brucey bonus point for the main event. So yeah, 7.5 seems fair. 8 might be pushing it, but I could have got a little more out of some of the stuff. And again, 7's not a bad mark. 9, that's fair. 8 works for me. 9. 6. Dale wanted more tonight. All right, Dale, I see you. It was cool. It was good. Yeah, I think if you were going to describe it, like go through like the spectrum of, kind of being, the description possibilities, it was good tonight. Tonight was good. Not great, but really good. I'll take a good. 8 out of 10. I believe TV's PG rating has changed. I can't confirm or deny that at this time, Chair. I think they've just upped it. And again, you're not getting like gushing blood. If this was a street fight, we're going to get a street fight from AEW coming up. All the other street fights, blood, gore, fire, all that bullshit. Again, this definitely seems like a tamed down street fight overall. I give it a 9 because Nakamura did the mist on the timekeeper. I legit looked away. I was talking to you, and I looked back, and nobody corrected me. No one said, "Hey, KJ, that was mist, not blood." I thought he was bleeding. I thought he got hit with something. I thought he took a nunchuck in the fucking head. 8.7 out of 10. I'll take that. I'm with Larry. 7.5. 8 out of 10. Very good episode of Raw. And again, I think the progression is nice. I thought a lot of the segments mattered tonight. And listen, I could give this show a 10 just for R-Truth if I'm being biased, but R-Truth killed it tonight. Cody Rhodes wins. Yes, he did. That was a nice end of Raw. I agree with you, Marvin. I need more from Punk. No. Okay. The promos are cool, but him and Drew not trading punches and getting a match out of that just seems like a waste of time. He needs a match before Rumble. You know what? I'm kind of with you. And Nick and I talked about this before of if you're saving him for Mania, if you're saving him for Rumble, do people get tired of, oh, here's Punk again, going to say a bunch of shit? I personally wish that Drew would have hit Punk. Punk gets mouthy and Drew says, I'm way bigger than this fucker, and just lays him out. And then you have a reason to have the match. He doesn't have to decimate him. He doesn't have to kill him. Just pop him one, sucker punch him, headbutt him, like I said. Punk falls down, holds his mouth. Next week, we're going to have a match. Let's go. All right. That I would like to see elevate a little. I understand why they're slow playing Punk, and Punk is selling tickets for just being in the building. So it's a bit of a catch-22, right? Don't want to burn them out, don't want to overuse them, but you can't keep using them without any fluctuation in the story. If he just shows up and then, tells Cody what he thinks, and then tells Drew what he thinks, and then tells this person what he thinks, I could get a little more. And again, I like the opening segment, didn't love it. 8 out of 10. First match will be Rumble. He is a special attraction now, like Brock. He won't wrestle on Raw. I think eventually you got to give us a Raw match. I mean, again, doesn't have to be a 5-alarm. Put him in there with Dom Dom. You've been working the live shows with Dom. Give him a fucking, give him a Dom Dom match. I think we're getting Rhea and Nia Jax at Rumble 100%. I think that got set up tonight. I love the idea. You need imposing women that Rhea will like. Rhea actually could lose the belt to Nia Jax, right? Rhea's not going to be able to physically dominate Nia Jax. So this works. Plus, the fans love Rhea. The fans don't love Nia. I think this works. I'm happy about this. Go for it. We don't know that, Richard. It's been stated that he's a special attraction or part-time. I don't know anyone's classed him as part-time. He's pretty consistent so far anyway, but they do treat him, he won't be on next week's Raw, and then we'll get a graphic during Raw saying Punk returns next week. We're doing it with Gunther. We're doing it with Roman. Again, it's a bit of the marketing side of things. Does get a little formulaic, as AJ pointed out, but yeah, they're not going to give us a lot of Punk on Raw in matches. And again, I think part of it is you're worried to expose, right? If he, AEW kept throwing him out there, and then he's botching moves, and he looks not as crisp and clean as he used to be because he's 15, 20 years older than he used to be. So yeah, keep that in mind. I mean, there's a balance there. We got to find a balance. And again, they doesn't have to fight right away, but set that tone. Have a little more elevated a little more elevated aggression, ruthless aggression if you want, but a little more, right? A little more to bite into. Raw is good tonight. I'm with you, my guy. 8 out of 10. Our True segment was the best. Man, that killed me. I got to go find parts of that to clip out, but that was awesome. Street fights can go backstage, but should be visible to the fans. Again, yeah, it's that double-edged sword, right? You can do it out in the street or in the parking lot or in the back, but then you got fans sitting in the building. The best ones blend it, right? A little bit of time in the crowd, a little bit of time in the ring. You end it in the ring. I like when the finish happens in the ring. But yeah, again, time, place, it worked for me tonight. I'm good with it. I feel bad for Nakamura. He has lost 2 matches straight to Rollins. Then he goes to Cody, loses my pinfall, and loses by DQ. Now gets pinned again. This man needs to win a feud. JV, you're not totally wrong, but I think they've got him in a heat level where, again, his job is to make the baby faces look good. And I think he's great at it. I think he's in a good spot. I love what they're doing with Nakamura. But yeah, he's got to turn around and win something or take someone's head off to send a message of like, okay, I really am a badass. So the next baby face I pick on should be terrified. 8 out of 10. Got that one. Everybody giving love to R-Truth. I love it. Now Raw was good tonight. A very good match as of now. Wrong feud to book. Shinsuke looks pretty pathetic currently. Honestly, I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. And I give it time to let things change. But right now, that looks like odd booking decision. Cody and Shinsuke odd booking. I'm not sure if I follow totally. But yeah, no, I don't agree with Shinsuke. Shinsuke battling one of the best people in the world. It's like the first place team beating the second place team. The second place team takes that out, but they don't. Doesn't mean they're shit. You know what I mean? Like we got to be realistic with it. And Shinsuke, I do agree, could use a pick me up at this point, but I love what they're doing with them. So I don't think it really hurts them. If done right, the heel characters lose more than the baby faces do. 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. I'm with you, John. Welcome back. 6.7 out of 10. Cody Rhodes match is a classic. Yeah, I don't know about a classic, my friend, but it was good. It was good. That doesn't mean he's part-time. He could still be. I think I got that one. 6 out of 10. The question is, where Naka goes from here? Marvin, very good question. I mean, probably be a little quiet for a couple weeks, I imagine, and then it leads into the Rumble. The good thing about the Rumble, Nakamura is going to be in there, Cody's going to be in there, Punk's going to be in there, and Drew's going to be in there most likely. And there's all these little side rivalries within the Rumble. That's good. That's good storytelling. Go Blue, Michigan, my hometown. There you go. There you go. WrestleMania 17 was epic. Is epic, 100%. Game of True. Oh, we'll skip that one. 7 out of 10. Yeah, but the house shows, the WWE's always used house shows to prepare things, to get people in shape, bumps, routine. I think it's one of the things that AEW lacks at times is the wrestlers don't take enough bumps, aren't that familiar. You just take two random wrestlers and say, go have a match. And then you see the botches, you see the injuries, you see the broken noses, you see the concussions, because they're just not that crisp and worked. They haven't worked it out yet. That's my opinion. 7 out of 10. KJ and Rio Glass. It's Rio Glass, Crimea River. 7.5. I was going to give it a 6, but I'll give it a full 2 points more for the R-Truth video package and made it an 8. There you go, JV. I'll accept that. I will say last call on the chat. I'm going to click through the last few here, folks, and then get the hell out of here so we can get back at this tomorrow. Very good Drew Punk promo. See, I liked it. R-Truth segment was great. Good Miz match. Nice women's tag match. And main event delivered. I can't argue with any of that. Again, we can probably debate Punk and Drew, but yeah, that's how I feel about the show. I thought it was solid. Again, not amazing, but good. Good show. Not needed. The Scottish Hitman. Scottish Psychopath works for me. CM Punk versus Roman. Yeah, I think Samson, that's going to maybe never happen. Maybe never. I don't know. I feel bad for Nakamura. He lost 2 straight matches. Rollins, yeah, I got all that. But yeah, I've already touched on that. I don't think every loss is, yes, again, he lost to Seth and he lost to Cody. If he loses to fucking, Shorty G, blow up my chat and tell me how wrong we are. But as long as he's being billed the way he's being billed, again, how many times have we watched, the bad guy come back from the dead? 8 out of 10. I like it. Good to see you, Ricky. Hope you're doing well, my guy. That cost him the title last year. He's still pissed about it. All right. I liked it. Almost everything we got tonight. Just wish Ciampa Finn was longer. I wish Ciampa Finn, we were still talking about more right now. I understand what they're setting up and you see the pieces falling into place, but I wish they would have cooked a little bit longer. I agree with you with that. Like, when I saw that this match was going to be on the card, I was expecting that tonight when we were talking about the ratings, that we were talking about like, man, Finn, Ciampa and Gargano, and I like Ciampa better. They need a fucking burner. They need to go out there and give us that like NXT 15-minute fucking burner to remind everybody this is why we're here. Coming out and doing these like side softy angles isn't helping them right now. They need some burners. They need a match where like a Nakamura is just kicking the shit out of Ciampa and he won't quit. He won't give up. He won't submit. And then he finds a way to win. You need that and have the crowd feed into it. They haven't given us enough of that with Ciampa or Gargano. And sorry to pick on Nakamura. I don't really think he should lose. It was just an example. CM Punk versus Roman at WrestleMania. I don't think so, my guy. I would be really surprised. I really don't think so. Next week on Monday night, Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. Surprise. But again, Seth Rollins has been an absolute workhorse. I love it. I like Jinder. I'm a fan of Jinder. I love what he brings to the table. I think he was underutilized and mistreated at times. I know some people don't love him. I think he's great, and I think it works. Cody finished his veggies. Oh, well, that's good. I also wish the Kofi match had a winner. Yeah, I said that at the time, Richard, but at the end of the day, I loved what Ludwig did. His promo after was amazing. So I'm all good with that. Peace. All right, you guys are long-winded. What else we got real quick? I think I'm long-winded. You guys are typers. Rhea's the reason Dom is in Judgment Day. So for Dom to turn her back on Rhea and joining Nia would be something. It would be a shock. And the only reason I can kind of go there with you a little bit, JV, because people would shoot it down. That's fucking dumb. Rhea's getting so much love. She's so over, and Nia's hated. So do you take the heat that you got with Dom and have him screw Rhea? You already love Rhea. Now Rhea's got to chase Nia to get that belt back. And Nia and Dom, pure heat. There's something there, my friend. Now, again, a lot of people are going to think that's stupid. I see how you connect those dots. Does Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal and in a clean finish or the world? Very peculiar. I'm assuming this is a win for Seth, relatively clean. I think so. I think it's just something to give Seth a chance. Is there a bigger angle here? I don't know. It all depends because I think we're all so fixated on WrestleMania that we forget there's Rumble and Elimination Chamber to get to. There's steps in this process. So some things that are happening now, people are like, oh, they're fucking up Mania. Yeah, a lot of things change week to week, guys. Hold on tight. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I'm going to call it here, folks. I appreciate this. I love the chat still clicking. But what's your excitement level for Rumble so far? Yo, I'm like super excited for Rumble as is already. I'd put it at a solid 8 out of 10. Like I'm amped for it. A couple little things here and there. I think it has the potential to have more surprises, more twists, more turns. Punk, Cody, even the Women's Royal Rumble. I am fucking jazzed for Royal Rumble at Tropicana Field. And I really have a high expectation. I really hope they don't fuck it up this year. Do not screw it up. Hashtag Wrestling for Life interviews Tony Khan. Make it a thing, folks. I want it to happen. And again, a friendly chit chat. I'd love to thank him for all the great things that he's brought to the wrestling world. And I would also like to pick his brain about some of the shit that he seemingly has lost his mind about. I'm excited for it. It's a good card. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. We're back tomorrow. We're back Wednesday. We're back Thursday. We're back Friday. We're back Saturday. We're back all week long. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. Be a part of the family. And until next time, I got to find the button. Until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night. And thank you so much.